Can you see the comments or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We go to go. What's up? What's up? Giving everybody some time to come in. Come in. Share the link. 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 Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, that was great.
Huh? You ready?
Yeah, we get people some time to come in.
Huh?
Nobody's gonna go out yet.
We got some things to address. We got some things
Yeah,
to
we do.
address.
We do got to talk about
We
something.
got some things to
Before
address.
we get on these topics. Let me let the Nicky Yankee fans come on in.
Share the link. Share the link. Share the link. What's up, man?
It's good.
We here. We here.
I'm trying to get these people to come in first.
Oh, you want me to keep the music going?
Yeah, keep it going.
All right, got you. He not ready. He not ready. He not ready. He not ready.
Oh, people coming in now. It's good, y'all.
Yes, sir.
You say you're giving away a PC? I gotta read the comments on my phone. You said favorite.
Yo.
Look at Nick fan.
We're gonna address it. We're gonna address it. Don't worry. Don't worry. All Nick slander. All Nick's slander.
Can you pull up the tweets?
You shared them with me, right? Yeah. Let's go. Share the link. 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 Let's do it.
Ernie's a piece of shit.
Let's say it again for the camera.
Ernie's a piece of shit. Late. Ernie's late today, y'all. Whenever you ready.
I'm ready. You said,
You want to start it up?
All right, hold on. Let me just send this tweet out.
TT got signed and dressed before we start.
All right, 30 more seconds. We're going to start. We're going to start. Share the link. Share the link. Share the link. All right, here we go.
Let's get it.
It's time.
It's time. You got signed that dress.
Allegedly.
All right, so let's.
Whoa. Relax. relax.
I gotta pull a tweet up.
Relax. Welcome to Hot Sports 6, episode 4. This your boy JT,
Chris,
and we are here for episode 4. We are going to give you a great episode. Thank you for everybody who's tuning in, who's watching, who's showing love. Just do us a quick favor. Definitely take the link, share it to everybody you know. Let's run up these subs. Sub 240 Central on YouTube. Also sub to STF_Chris on YouTube. Let's help get both channels monetized. So that's the best way we can help create this dope content for free.
Yep. And at 1K subs, I'm giving away a PC.
Woo!
Get both of us to 1K and I'll give away a PC.
Woo! Round of applause.
You get that monetized.
Yes, sir.
We could probably do the giveaway right here.
Think so?
Okay.
How does that? You just like pick a random name out of a hat?
We could do a raffle.
I like that. I'm down. Whatever you want to do, I'm down. So, like I said, just definitely like and subscribe, run it up. Please like the video so we can get on that recommended page. Subscribe so that way we can march towards monetization. And like I said, so that way we can keep giving you this dope content. This is
YouTube. They said, what's the YouTube? Sorry, cut you off.
For
40 Central.
YouTube.com/40 Central. That's it.
One of my mods drop it in the chat. Zion, drop it in the chat. Both YouTube.
So let's just get to the.
Before we get right into it, I want to know how was your weekend.
Oh, thank you for asking. I had a really interesting weekend. As you know from what happened with the last podcast when I was here on Tuesday, I had to cancel. I had to cancel mid-pod. I explained it all on 40 Central.
Some of them might not have watched it.
Oh, should I tell them?
Yeah, you can tell them. Okay.
All right. Long story short, I had a piece of a chocolate that was infused with some things that may be substituted with marijuana. Okay, so my mind wasn't in the right state. I wasn't ready to pod, so unfortunately I had to exit. But shout out to Yanni for filling in.
He was a good fella.
Yeah, he filled in. He wasn't me.
Yeah, he wasn't you.
He wasn't me, but he filled in. So I appreciate that. Shout out to Yanni for holding down the chair. But unfortunately, I wasn't here to kill him in the debate. I wasn't here to finish Ross in our debate, even though I was beating him. But I had to go home.
I think you left at the right moment because you killed Ross, and then when he had time to kill you,
I was gone.
He was gone.
I remember the Hawks. You were talking about the Hawks.
We got to the Hawks.
And
he felt like you did that on purpose.
I'm glad. I'm glad he felt that way.
He felt like you did that on purpose. He felt like you got up out of here because he was about to kill you with the Hawks and Sixers. Because you had one. What series you had right? You had the.
I had the
Bucks and Nets.
The Bucks and Nets.
You killed him on that one, and he was ready to come back with the Hawks and Sixers. But he couldn't. So you still undefeated against him.
Come on, man. I don't lose. Everything is done for a reason. I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, appreciate you calling us W's, man. That's major. Appreciate you. Help Don. We appreciate that. All the comments. Thank you.
So after that incident, how was your weekend overall? Because that was a Tuesday.
Now it got crazy. So then I recovered. I'm good. Now it's Thursday's pod. I'm back for 40 Central.
Oh, okay.
So now we chilling, doing 40 Central stuff. It's shot o'clock.
Oh, man.
They poured the drinks. They took the shot. It was one shot glass left. I didn't take it. So I'm chilling or whatever. I'm potting. I'm like, it's probably like 5 minutes, 7 minutes after that. I'm like, all right, I'm going to take the shot. Down the shot. They like, oh, no, you wasn't supposed to do that. I'm like, what happened? What's the big deal? It was a THC shot.
Oh, my God.
It was a THC shot.
Yo.
So I took it.
So I
was on cloud 9 for 6 days straight.
What? So Friday you did nothing.
Friday I did nothing. So I work.
So thank God we didn't pod. You
I couldn't have.
Yeah, we couldn't anyway. So things happen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday you was in bed all day. Mm-hmm. Sunday you was in bed all day.
I was in bed all day up until the latter end of the event that they had for
that was Sunday.
That was Sunday. That's when it was like I still felt it, but I was functional. So I was able to go out there, talk.
Just felt dizzy.
I felt dizzy. I felt out of whack. I felt paranoid. I didn't feel good.
Okay.
I did not feel good. I did not like it. But again, that wasn't something that I've been doing.
Yeah, you never did that.
I don't smoke.
Yeah.
So it was just like,
it's like out the norm.
Yeah, man. But I did something that most people, they can't do that. I mean, 6 days straight, a lot of people can't do that. So I took it like a champ. I mean, I didn't go cry about it.
I wasn't in the hospital.
Yeah, I wasn't in the hospital.
Thank God.
I took that. A lot of people can't do that.
We was worried about you. I think Justin went to knock on your door.
Yeah, he knocked on the door. Nobody answered. But it was a crazy experience, man. But that was my week, and
that's tough.
It was an intense week.
You have a reason to have a long week just now.
Yeah.
Because I know in the chat they gonna troll you and say you had a long week.
It was a long week, and
you got a reason.
That was an experience that I've never had before. And I don't think
I thought you just had to run.
Coming back. I had to come up with a reason. So when I came in, I'm like, yo, my stomach hurt. And knowing I'm not feeling nothing in my stomach, but I couldn't give the reason that live on camera because it would have made it even worse. Made it worse. And I'm like, nah, I gotta go home. It's over. And I walked home. And that was it.
And you walked?
I walked home. I made it home. The kids was there. I remember walking there.
And it was your mom's birthday.
My mom's birthday, so everybody's at the house. Everybody's at the house. So my little nephew, he's probably like I'm trying to show him a kid like this tall, maybe. He's like 8, 9 years old. I remember him coming up to me. He asked me something. I didn't push him, but I just gave him a strong stiff arm, like, not right now. I said, not right now. And then I just went into the room. I didn't say nothing to nobody. I didn't say happy birthday to my mom. I didn't say hi to my after. Yeah, they found out after. They was like, yo, why has he been in the room for so long?
I'm not gonna lie, the craziest thing was JT was busting that candy.
Yo, because the candy was good. The candy was good. It was good chocolate.
I said, JT, you want to get pizza? He said, nah, I've got this chocolate.
I was good. I was killing the chocolate. Go back and watch the episode. I was killing the chocolate. And then
you watched it? You ate the chocolate on the episode?
Yeah. I was eating it. I believe I was eating it. Yeah, I was eating it on the episode. And then it got to a point where it was just like, yo, what the fuck? I don't know what was going on. And then I'm like, I'm there, but I'm not there. Like I hear people talking, but I'm not comprehending what's going on. Like I think y'all asked me a question. I don't even know what I said. Like,
I asked you a question and you was like, Ernie can answer. And then
I think that happened. Probably like that. So
you got up out of here.
But yeah, watch episode 3. You'll be able to see that. And I'll probably cut out after. I lasted a little minute though. I was there for probably like a good 45.
You came right here. You was like, stomach.
Yeah, yo. I came in. I had to put on the show. I had to put on the show, tell everybody my stomach was hurting. I wasn't feeling good.
But at least you got a good story behind it. At least you're good.
Yeah,
you was worried.
Yeah. I was good.
I know people that have to go to the hospital because
he was
a warrior, right?
Not me. Your man Ross couldn't do that. That's all I'm gonna say.
I ain't gonna lie, Ross would have did it because he smokes.
So nah, you wouldn't have did that.
Nah.
Not 6 days.
Matter of fact, the crazy thing is, He
not 6 days straight. Not 6 days straight. He wouldn't be able to take that. Like a champ. I mean, I did it for y'all. Man. Y'all not gonna appreciate it.
The people want you to do something too. They want you to do the hot chip challenge.
I'll do it.
Live on air.
It's me.
Y'all ready for that? Y'all want to see the hot chip challenge?
Get the chip. I'm
gonna order it.
You order the chip. I'll do it. Is it that hot?
I don't know.
You don't know. You never took it? So you're gonna take it with me?
No.
Why?
You scared? I don't like hot food.
So what? No. What's the problem with that?
Nah, I'm good.
And
you're a warrior. You went through that.
I know.
You're a warrior.
I know what I am. I know. I'm just saying. So, but that was my week, man. It was a very eventful week. I was nervous for a little while. I thought I was gonna die.
I think the hot chip challenge has nothing on you. So after you lasted that, I think you're gonna just pass through it.
I think so too.
All right, we're gonna see.
I mean, all right. Let's go to the comments. Let's see. BX representative, absolutely. He was gone allegedly. If you're on Facebook, click the link at the top so we can see your comments because we can't see your name. I want to put your name on here so they know who you are.
Oh, people on Facebook? But that's what's up. Shout out to everybody on Facebook.
Absolutely. Let's see.
The comments ain't popping up.
No. On yours?
No.
Oh yeah, because it's on the Facebook comments don't pop up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right, well, let's get started, man. Let's get started. What you want to talk about?
I don't want to get right into the topic, but we have to address something. You was trending on Twitter today.
Okay.
You know that, right?
I did not know that.
You was trending on Twitter as being a Yankee fan and a Knicks fan. So
those are some serious allegations.
Yeah. So came to my attention that a lot of people was DMing me. Even CC Sabathia DM'd me, saying that he knew that you was a Yankee fan when he was a pitcher. So we got to get into it. So
okay,
I want to ask you something. Was you ever a Yankee fan?
Was I ever a Yankee fan?
Yeah,
that's a tough question. I was a baseball fan.
Okay,
and because I didn't know much about baseball, I stuck with the home team. So I was like,
so you answered the question. You was
I think the Yankees. I thought the Yankees were pretty cool.
Okay, what year was this? You don't remember?
I remember the first time I started really caring about the Yankees was 5th grade.
Okay,
it was 5th grade, and it was the year that they played the Diamondbacks in the World Series. That was 5th grade.
Damn, you got a good memory. Okay,
listen, I'm
so you a diehard Yankee fan.
See,
because you remember who they played in the World Series.
What that
remember what grade you was in? That's good. That's
no,
good
I remember it because we was in PS 72, and at the time they was taking we was doing predictions.
Okay, so
they had the chart up. It was the Arizona Diamondback sign. It was the Yankee sign, and then you took your paper and you put who you thought was going to win.
And you picked the Yankees.
I did. I thought the Yankees were going to win. I think they did.
So why did you go? Who's your favorite baseball team now?
Rays.
Why did you go from Yankees to Rays?
See, I don't know if it's going from Yankees to Rays. Like I said, I was a fan of baseball. That's how I started. I was a fan of baseball. I was a fan of the game. I liked the game. You
actually sat there and watched the game.
See, I liked it. Okay. So at that age, it's more so you just rooting for a team that everybody's rooting for. Everybody in school was a Yankee fan, and if you was a Mets fan, they made fun of you at lunch. You had the Mets, lunchbox. They slapped it out your hand. Okay. You had the Mets hat. They hit it off your head. So it wasn't cool to be a Mets fan. Okay. So I was like, I'm gonna roll with the crowd and I'm gonna rock with the Yankees. Okay. So now with that being said, I got a little older, started actually analyzing the game a little bit, put a couple of bets in, little things like that, and. Come to find out, we didn't match. We didn't match.
Who, you and the Yankees?
Me and the Yankees didn't match. No.
So why don't you like the Yankees now?
So the reason why I don't like the Spankies is because the New York Spankies fan base reminds me a lot of the New York Knicks. And I hate New York Knicks fans. And the Spankies are not too far from them.
Because we got some tweets here.
Go ahead. Wait, hold on. No, wait. I'm gonna pull them up on live.
Yeah. So Zion sent me them actually. Shout out to Zion.
Which one?
He sent me all of them actually.
No, I'm saying which you want to talk about?
Just talk about the Yankees first. Not the Knicks. I want to say the Knicks for last.
All right.
2012. I think my Yankees will win their 28th World Championship this year. That's 2012.
Wait. Let me find that tweet so the people can see. Because I'm gonna address all of this. Which one did you say?
2012.
What did it come up as? Okay. I got it. All right. Let's see. Just so everybody could see, so that way y'all don't think I'm tripping or I'm lying. This one right here.
I can't see it, but
I think my Yankees will win their 28th World Championship.
All right. Year. And then in 2011...
can I address this tweet? Let's go tweet for tweet.
Right, tweet for tweet, okay.
So, again, context matters. Context matters, all right? Stop taking things so literal. Y'all are being real butthurt by taking things literal. Put a condom on. Stop taking things raw, all right? Keep things in context. So now, at this particular time, it's 2012.
Okay.
In this particular time of my life, I'm a resident of Indiana. I'm living in Greencastle, Indiana. I'm trying to get my bachelor's degree. I'm meeting people from different regions of the country. I got a friend from ATL. I got a friend from St. Louis. I got a friend from Chicago. I got my man out there from Harlem. I got somebody out there from Michigan. I got somebody out there from Gary, Indiana. So we talking a different type of sports right here, right? Everybody's not a Yankee fan. So being one of the only New Yorkers on the campus, people were, asking me the same questions that like the harassment I got today. How you in New York and you not a Yankee fan?
I don't agree with that.
How you from the Bronx and you claiming you not a Yankee fan? All that type of stuff. I'm taking all of that to the chest. Okay. Right? So then I start playing around with them. I'm like, Yankees aight. They aight. They New York. So I'm New York. Yankees in New York. I'm out here with all these Midwesterners that I ain't, they kind of moving funny. I'm like, all right, so Yankees might win. Yankees might win. Why not? Just to, get the conversation going. But now, again, keep it in context. You see the tweet right here. You see under that tweet where it says, end quote, I don't watch baseball, fuck the Yankees. I said that when I was on campus.
When you said that?
I said that when I was on campus. And he quoted that because I was an avid Yankee hater.
But then you said you don't recall that statement.
Because it's all in jokes and fun. This is a funny tweet. This is what I'm trying to get you as context. The truth is right there under that.
God.
He's putting quotes where I said, I don't watch baseball, fuck the Yankees. I used to say that every single time we talked about the Yankees. I don't like the Yankees. I don't like nothing that they stand for. I don't like the fact that they try to cheat the game. And I don't like the fact that the fans, when you talk to them,
they say,
a
Yankee fan, though.
I liked the Yankees.
He was a Yankee fan.
When I was in 5th grade. I like the Yankees.
You was a Yankee fan.
I like the Yankees.
Was you
you can't. Hold on, let me take this down. Let me take this down. This is getting out of control. Let me take this down.
No.
You can't be a Yankee fan. You can't be a Yankee fan.
Okay.
In the 5th grade. That's not even possible. You're gonna have on
still feeling yourself?
Yeah, no, it's because anything that you're doing at that age is because of influence.
Okay.
So like if your mom or your dad or your uncle was a Yankee fan, you're gonna be a Yankee fan. If you grow up in a Yankee household, you're gonna be a Yankee. So it's like at that age, you're not really a fan, you just influence. You're a product of your environment. The same way if I was living in Atlanta, I would have been a Braves fan if my family was out there. So that's not making me a Braves fan.
What made you go say, you know what? So the fans made you say, you know what? I'm not a Yankee fan. I'm not gonna like the Yankees anymore. I'm gonna like the Rays.
Nah, it wasn't family. It was when
fans. Like the fans, the people that like the Yankees.
I didn't like the Yankee clubhouse, man. That's where it really started for me. I'm talking to Yankee fans, and then I'm listening to how they debate. And then the first thing, once you say 28 World Championships as your opening line as to why the Yankees are great, that's bad. That's terrible. That's a terrible way to start a debate. Because, like I said, when they were winning those championships, number one, it was probably only like, I don't even think black people were allowed to play baseball. That's first and foremost. So they were winning championships while the Negro League was actually going on. So that's one. So a lot of those championships are,
But they still count.
I mean, do you really count Boston's the Celtics championships? Like, they were winning championships with Bill Russell when it was 8 teams. It's like, the 08 one is the one that really matters. So, with that being said, when you really look at the Yankee history, they always have top 5 payroll. They're literally, I've literally seen them buy players. Like, I remember when they bought Hideki Matsui. I remember when they was giving Derek Jeter crazy like they're giving people contracts that other teams can't compete with. Okay. It's a different level. It's a different level. Okay. So now, with that being said, everybody can't compete. So if I'm able to buy all the players, if I could buy the Derek Jeters, the Bernie Williams, the Montanas, the Johnny, they had Johnny Damon, they had Mariano Rivera, they had Alfonso Soriano, Jorge Posada. They had all-stars everywhere. But they don't have the championships to show for the amount of talent that they had. I could not respect that. I couldn't respect that. So once I started analyzing the game and internalizing that, I realized the Yankees are frauds. The Yankees and the Yankee fan base are nothing but frauds. And it's okay. It's okay.
But okay. I don't get how the Yankees are frauds.
They're frauds because, like I said, when you talk to a Yankee fan, they say 28 World Championships. When you really break it down, those 28 World Championships really are not 28 years of dominance. Y'all just had the highest payroll, so y'all was able to get the best players. It's not like, all right, put it like this. It's not like when you had...
So then you go from Yankees to Tampa that never won.
And that's fine. But I respect Tampa because they build through the draft. They build through the draft. They build by bringing in, lower, and they build talent.
Okay.
They build talent. But now we're not at the place where we've established a dynasty, but we're almost there. Almost there. There was one point we were never making the playoffs. That I was there for that part. We started getting better, making the playoffs.
So you like the team that never made the playoffs?
I liked the potential at the time, yes.
Or you like the baseball hat?
I did like the hat. I like the hat. The paraphernalia is always a part of it. You know, people, especially back then in high school, people had the Oakland A's hats, the Braves hats, the Red Sox hats.
You could have became a Red Sox fan.
Nah. That I couldn't do that. That
Zion said we have the most chips in the fucking MLB.
They have the most championships, I think, in all of major league sports.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, it's really fraudulent chips. Like I wasn't competing against anybody. If I got all the best players, who am I competing against? This is what I'm saying. It's like y'all didn't beat anybody to really get those championships because y'all literally had all of the best players. Most of the fucking Hall of Fame were probably Yankees. That says it. Yeah. They had Roger Clemens. They had Randy Johnson. Like Hall of Famers. People that other teams wish they could get their hands on, but they can't afford it. So that is why I never respected the Yankees. And then their fans champion that as to like why they're great. Derek Jeter,
yes.
I take my hat off to the captain. Drafted by the Yankees,
stood there,
homebred, stood there through thick and thin, showed up in the clutch. But when they started bringing in all these other,
I feel like I'm watching the tape from 1986.
I don't know, and that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Go back and watch the tapes. Go watch the Yankee championship. Go watch those highlights if they even have them, because that was like before probably TV was invented. But that's the reason why I don't like the Yankees, man. And then you want me to tell you about the transition, like the moment when I said, "All right, I'm done."
Yeah.
All right. So it's the World Series. I think it's 2001, and they're playing
It's 2000.
Was it 2000?
Yeah.
Who were they playing in that World Series?
Shit. I think that was when they played the Diamondbacks, wasn't it?
Might have been. It might have been. No, because it was the year. It was I think it was the 9/11 year. I think it was the 9/11 year. This is the year when the towers fell. The city is in a disaster. Everybody's emotional. It's a terrible time for me. The Yankees are playing. This is the beacon of hope.
Oh, they played the Mets.
They played the Mets that year?
Yeah, 2000.
So it's the Subway Series. So this is before 9/11. This is the Subway Series. So now all I remember is that I'm in the house. It's late. It's time for the Yankees to do what the Yankees do. Win or go home. All they needed was to win in the last inning. That's all they needed to do.
Wait, they beat the Mets. So which one are you talking about? You probably are talking about 2011. Or it was 2009.
Nah, it was before that, because this would have to be.
So it had to be 2009.
Let me see. I'm trying to remember. When was the last year Alfonso Soriano was there? But whatever. Let me finish the story and then y'all can do the research. So I'm watching the game, and at this time, Alfonso Soriano was my favorite player, and he happened to be on the Yankees. So I'm rooting for the Yankees. So now it's time. Matter of fact, it had to be the 01 season, because I think it was definitely when after the towers fell.
Okay.
So I think after they played the Mets, I think they went back. I don't know if it was the playoffs where they lost or they lost in the chip, but it was a 2001 year for sure. Because I remember that.
Okay.
So now, all I needed to happen was I just wanted them to win. The towers fell. The city's in a disaster. It's a terrible time for New York. People lost their lives. The New York City Yankees are the beacon of hope for the entire state. They're the beacon of hope. We needed them to win. And they gave it their all. I'm not saying it as if like they lacked effort. I'm not saying as if.
Oh yeah, they played the Diamondbacks 2001.
They played the Diamondbacks. So now here we go. Now I remember this vividly. I'm in the 5th grade. I remember friends and classmates being devastated at this time. I remember this. Families hurt. People are hurt.
Okay.
I remember exactly where I was when the towers fell, when the first plane hit. Remember that. I still hold that. Us New Yorkers, we hold that to this day. I mean, so we strong and we proud. Watching the game. It's time to close. So at this point, you remember Mariano Rivera, arguably the greatest closer of all time, paid for by the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Joe Girardi, I think. Oh, was it Joe Girardi, the manager? What was his name? Joe Torres or something like that?
Oh, Joe Torres.
Was it Joe Torres? No, I think it was Joe Girardi. What up?
No, Girardi's the new. He's recent. But I think it's Joe Torres.
Let me see. Let's look it up. Joe Torres. Yeah.
It was Joe Torres.
All right. So Joe Torres, he has to make a decision.
Oh, they're saying the quality's bad.
Quality's bad?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably because I still got the share screen on. All right, that should be getting better now. All right. So now with that being said, I'm watching the game, and now it's getting to the last. I'm running it back now, so I may not be 100% in my recollection. But from what I remember, is it's closing time. Mariano Rivera checks in. Joe Girardi says, no, before that, let me stop. Alfonso Soriano's up the bat. Okay. My favorite player. The Yankees are down. Joe Girardi says, if he hits a home run, I'm putting Mariano Rivera in the game. It's over. We're cleaning it up. Yankees is going to win.
It's game 7.
I think it might have won 7. So it's game 7. All Alfonso Soriano had to do was defy the odds against Randy the Rocket Johnson, the tallest, best pitcher in the MLB at the time. Hit a home run, and I'm going to put the closer in for the game. You with me? Yeah. So everybody's at the edge of their seat. Yeah. New York City is ready to celebrate. It's time. Let's do it. Alfonso goes to bat. Swings. Nothing. Lines up again. Pitches it. Boom! Oh! It's lit! Let's go! Alfonso hits the home run. He does his lap. Yankee fans are cheering. They slapping the fans in the crowd. They going crazy, wilding out. I'm telling you, can hear. I'm in Thrall's Neck. You can hear the roar from the crowd all the way in the South Bronx. That's how loud it was. Owens are honking outside, going crazy. Okay. They set the layup for Mariano Rivera. Take us home. Do what you do. You know how when it's time for LeBron to go in the fourth quarter, what do they do? Take us home. This is why we pay you the millions. This is why you're the closer. This is why you're the Hall of Famer. This is why you're a New York Yankee in the pinstripes. We're ready. Again, keep it in context. This is 9/11. This is after the towers fell. We need a reason to celebrate. Yeah. Take us home, Mariano Rivera. After that, Mariano gives up the runs. The Yankees lose. The city is sad again. I said, I'm done.
So all right, this is 2011. You just recently tweeted your Yankees. 2012.
What's your point?
You were still a Yankee fan.
But I addressed it. I said that was, again, keep it in context. At the time, I was making a joke about the Yankees because they expected me to be a Yankee fan in Indiana because I was from New York. And don't get me wrong, I had the Spanky hat. You go to my college pictures, I had the Spanky hat.
I know.
But that was because I'm representing New York. The Giants hat, that should look nasty. The Mets hat, that look nasty. I'm never wearing the New York Knicks hat. So the best New York hat is the Spanky. That's the classic Spanky. And I was wearing that.
Zion said something.
Let's see. You're mad because the Yankees lost when 9/11 happened, but not mad when the Rays lost in the pandemic year. See, it's not the same, though. It's not the same. It's not the same. What happened with 9/11, and I don't even think you was alive for this. What happened in 9/11 and the pandemic is just too. You can't compare the two.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
You can't compare the two. Like
they had us running out of schools.
Yeah, not when 9/11 happened. Like people were going home and had no idea. Like we thought we were going to get bombed. We didn't know if there was going to be more stuff going on in the city. We didn't know if it was going to.
People walked from 42nd to the Bronx.
They're like, it was no trains, nothing. No trains, buses. There was nothing. There was nothing. It wasn't like the pandemic where everything was just empty. Like 9/11 literally stopped New York City. Yeah. You couldn't go anywhere. So we were sitting ducks and we had no idea if there was going to be any more bombs going on. So now to put that back into context, I don't think you can really compare the two. Nice try, but this is why I keep it in the debates.
And I think, Zion, that's a bad... You can't bring that up because 9/11 actually happened in New York. Pandemic happened everywhere.
This is what I'm saying.
So, we was waiting for the Yankees to do something because the Knicks wasn't going to give us no hope. So, I get what you're saying, but you can't just, flip-flop teams.
It's not flip-flopping. I had my moment. I was rooting for Alfonso Soriano. He did his business. Mariano Rivera didn't close the deal.
I already knew you used to be a Yankee fan. They didn't know. That's a surprise.
Again, I was not a Yankee fan. I liked Alfonso Soriano.
So are you a Tampa Bay Rays fan?
Yes. Yes. No matter who comes, who goes, I'm a raise hands. Raise
right.
nation, raise up, raise shall rise again.
Oh
We
my
love
God.
the raise.
You hear this, Zion? He's crazy. Let's talk about the Knicks now. Because they want to know about the Knicks. They want to know, was you ever a Knicks fan?
Absolutely not. Never a Knicks fan. I feel like the New York Knicks are an abomination of basketball. I feel like the New York Knicks were once the mecca of basketball. I feel like the New York Knicks are extremely overrated, overhyped. They have too much of a salary budget for players that they can't even get.
So you compare them to the Yankees. You compare them to the Yankees.
Pay who?
You compare the Knicks to the Yankees. Like,
exactly. It's the same thing. It's like y'all have the highest payroll and do nothing with it. So like outside of the one championship they won with CC Sabathia, when's the last time the Yankees won a championship? They didn't win any in the 2000s, I don't believe. Yeah. I think they won once and one in the 2010s.
It was 2000 and 2009.
So they won in 2000. They beat the Mike Piazza in the New York Mets. Okay, y'all got that. Whatever. So y'all
got that because you was cheering for them at that time. We got that together. We got that chip together.
If Alfonso Soriano was there, which I'm not sure if I could really recall,
we got that chip together.
You could probably say that.
2009.
I was supporting Alfonso Soriano.
So since you left us, we haven't won.
I mean, you said it.
You should come back.
No.
Well, not.
Like I said, the New York Yankees are an abomination to the game of baseball.
Okay.
Because of what they represent. They actually represent everything that people hate about America. The fact that you're born into money and you can buy whatever the hell that you want to buy. People hate that, but now when it's baseball, it's okay. but when y'all want to compare it to, I don't want to take it to race, but y'all say there's a particular race in America that has a lot of privileges that other people don't. Y'all say it, not me. But when they do it, when they have their money and they're buying what they want to buy and they're creating opportunity, they don't got to pay taxes. They could buy the best equipment for when they want to use it. They could go wherever it is that they want to go. When that happens, it's fine. But now when it's in sports, and I pointed out, you can't do that. The Yankees did this. It's 28 championships, whatever. But y'all complain about the people who discovered America. They did what they had to do. They built the greatest country in the world. They became the richest country in the world. They became the superpower. Just call it how I see it. So with all that being said, I will never return to the New York Yankees because of what they represent. But I do love my country.
And what about the Knicks?
Oh, absolutely.
You never was a Knicks fan? So why did you tweet that you was waiting to watch the Knicks game?
Again, context matters.
Okay.
So now, can you do me a favor, please? And can you look up exactly when that tweet was sent out?
That tweet was 2011.
What day? Does it say like
December 28th?
December 28th?
Yeah. Melo was on the Knicks, right? 2011.
Yeah.
So that's why you liked it then?
Go. Can you just repeat the tweet one more time? Matter of fact, can you just say all the Knicks tweets?
Time for Knicks basketball. Anybody know the next time the Knicks play? 4/27/11.
Oh, 4/27/11. Okay, because before you said December and I didn't sound right.
It's two different tweets.
Okay, so wait, I'm pulling it up so that way the people can see. You're taking down the Yankee tweets because I already addressed that. Okay, so this is one right here where it says, looking forward to the next.
Zelle said we can have all the money in the world, but if the GME making moves, what's the point?
That's bad. If you have all the money in the world and your GM still can't put it together, that's terrible.
I think that's why I don't like Dolan.
That's terrible. It's terrible. That's terrible. Y'all got the money. That's the hardest part to get. Y'all got the money. Y'all got the market. Y'all got the history. Y'all got the nostalgia. Y'all got everything on y'all side, and y'all still can't figure it out. That's bad. Mm-hmm. But to go to this tweet, this the tweet you're referring to right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Looking forward to the next Knicks game. This says, again, April 27th, 2011. Now let's go to Google, because like I said, context matters. Let's just type in New York Knicks.
Was they eliminated?
May 4th, 2011.
So it's April.
I'm sorry, April. April 4th?
April 27th.
April 27. Oh, it just so happens.
Wow.
The Knicks won. They beat the Miami Heat.
Okay.
So now can you go to the next tweet in regards to the New York Knicks? Matter of fact, we don't even got to do that. What happened that series?
That series?
What happened in that series? They played the Miami Heat. What happened?
That was playoffs?
What happened?
Oh, should I put February? My fault. No, February came up. That's
So-
February that came up.
So then you gave me the wrong date.
No, give it the right date. It just came up on Google February when you put April.
Oh, that's dumb. All right, let's see.
What was the date again? April 27th.
April 27th. Looking up what happened on April 27th with the New York Knicks. Oh, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
Again.
All right. So let me get to it.
Context
So basically,
matters.
JT, you gonna put it back on me, or you gonna put the camera back on?
No, the camera's on you.
Oh, JT tweeted that because he's a Boston Celtics fan, and the Boston Celtics swept the Knicks 3 days before.
Thank you. So now,
Makes sense.
when you hear again, keep it in context. Matter of fact, give a round of applause for my Boston Celtics.
I didn't bring up the Knicks part, but
So now, like I said, context matters. So when you see the tweets, what happened to the Knicks? When's the next Knicks game? Again, it's all in fun. There was a point in time when Twitter was fun. So let me educate y'all for
Twitter was fun.
Twitter was all about jokes, laughs, fun, playing and whatever. It was never
We'll
serious.
tweet during the games, like
Exactly.
this person did this.
So now it was about having fun. So my friends who were Knicks fans when I was in college, because I was definitely not a Knicks fan. I would never be a Knicks fan because the Knicks were fucking terrible. With that being said, I had friends that were. So now when the games were happening and they say, they do the go New York, all that type of nonsense, they do that. I'm like, yo, relax. This is Beantown, KG, the big three, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rajon Rondo. We got this. We packed them up. So now I'm sending out a bunch of Knicks tweets. I'm just asking regular questions. When's the next Knicks game? That's all I want to know.
Ain't no more Knicks games.
Ain't no more Knicks games. This is what I'm
We just got
saying.
swept.
Context matters.
Okay.
So, like I said, I'm going to address. Hey, y'all got any questions for me in the comments? I'm going to address them
And
right
they all
now.
disappeared.
Everybody disappeared, right? You see what happened?
People that called you out about the Knicks ain't even here.
They not even here.
Young,
They not here.
Zion.
Because when you get the truth, it hurts. You have to go home, internalize it, figure out what went wrong. You got to, think about all of that. I came at them the wrong way. Let me do more
So
research.
do you think you deserve an apology?
I don't want an apology. I don't care about that. You saw what I did last week? You care about no apology? All I'm saying is that if you're going to come at the king, just come correct. That's all I'm saying. And keep things in context. Stop being so literal and do more research. Dig deep into
He
it.
said, no question, I destroyed you already.
Ooh.
Zion.
Like I said, Zion, if you want to call in, we can share the link. We can have it back and forth right here, right now. If that's what you want to do, I could destroy you in a debate live in front of everybody. If you want to do that, let me know. I'll send you the link and you can come on. But most people be scared. They think that they want to do this, and then when they step in that ring, it don't go down the way they think it's
So
going to
all
go
your
down.
Knicks tweets was just basically as a
It
troll.
was trolling before. This was trolling before trolling was a word. You was just playing around. You was having fun. It's college. Again, context. We're in college. I'm in Indiana. We're having fun. The Knicks fans are being regular Knicks fans.
So let me ask you, when Young sent that in the chat, you was like, fuck, I tweeted that for? Or you was just like,
I said I had to put it in the context. So I looked it up. I looked up what happened that day. Come to find out, I knew I wasn't bugging.
no Knicks game.
No Knicks game. But there are other teams playing at the time, though.
Yeah. It's
Again,
playoffs.
exactly. They were not one of those teams that were playing at the time. Therefore, they got eliminated by my favorite team. But nobody wants to do the research. Nobody wants to be a journalist anymore. That's the
They
problem.
just want to assume.
They just want to assume. They see the tweet. They see 4 or 5 words. They come up with their own conclusion.
They're like, we got him.
Exactly. That they thought they. I had to bob and weave, weave. I had to bob and weave. I took one. I took one to the chin, ate that, came back up, and now I'm here.
They said, who's your favorite team again?
And what sport?
In basketball.
Basketball. I'm a Boston Celtics fan. Right now, I'm a Boston Celtics fan. But I support LeBron because he represents our generation. Like that's our guy. Kind of like how Michael Jordan is the guy for the 90s.
Yeah.
Even in comedy, like Kevin Hart is our guy for our generation.
Yeah.
I support him. So some people get confused when I'm talking.
It's crazy because when you bring up Kevin Hart too, a lot of people in the '90s be like, he's not funny.
Exactly,
because they gotta save that. Who was there? Like Cat Williams.
You could say Cat, but before him was Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. So they gotta like save that.
They gotta save that.
And I don't
legacy.
like that about the old school people. They don't give people credit in our generation.
What you mean?
Like the up and coming players and like the actors, like or even the.
Well, I think because we grew up in the social media era, so everything that has happened with our class is kind of like they don't know how to analyze it.
Okay.
So like with a Kevin Hart, like he can legit, like before social media, you had to go out and sell your CDs to people on the block in order for your music to get out there. Now I can send it to the entire world with the click of a button in the comfort of my own home.
Yeah.
The people who didn't have that grew up putting it through out the back of their trunk, they're looking at it as like, y'all got it easy. Y'all should be able to get 1 million streams. Mm-hmm. It should be easy, but it's like, no, now the market is oversaturated.
Yeah.
Now it's harder for your music to get put out there. So it's like, I think that applies for all fields, comedy, sports, music, all of that stuff, because now we can display our talents in front of the entire world at the click of a button. Mm-hmm. But they think it's easier, so they try to dilute it.
Okay.
Whereas like, no, that's not true at all.
What the fuck? Do you want to go over the topics or?
It's up to you.
I was trying to wait for Ross to come.
What time is it?
He's on his way now.
He said that in the chat?
He just texted me. Anything specific you want to talk about? Besides?
No.
Sports?
He said that ball spot busted. That's funny.
Bro, I don't got no ball spot.
Oh, you might be talking about me, then I don't know.
He's just like trolling.
That's fine.
I
mean, we can talk sports. Let's get into sports.
Did you watch the fight this weekend? No.
Before.
Gervonta Davis.
I saw the highlights. Matter of fact, we can get into that. I saw the tank highlights. I didn't watch the
We're going to wait for Ernie to come for the topics because I want them to go at it.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk the little boxing fight that happened Saturday.
So the Gervonta Davis, the tank fight. I know he's an up-and-coming fighter.
He's under Mayweather.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a gift and a curse to be under Mayweather. I think leading up to the fight, I think pretty much everybody thought Tank was going to win. So it wasn't really like a shock.
Well, it was more of a shock because he gained 10 pounds just to fight this guy.
Okay, so that's a big deal.
He went up a class just to fight him. Even and that guy was undefeated.
He was undefeated?
Yeah, he was undefeated. He was the best fighter in his Barrios. He was like the best fighter in his class, like in that weight class.
Yeah.
And he just beat him.
And I think this goes deeper than boxing. What I took away from that, Casper. What's up, Casper? And we're gonna get to your question, Smooth. I got you. He asked who we got one in the ring. I got you on that. As soon as Ernie gets here, we're gonna get into
we're gonna talk basketball right after this.
So with that being said, I feel like it really shows the impact of having a mentor in your life.
Okay.
Because Gervonta was, from what I saw from the highlights, again, I did not watch the fight. I watched the highlights. So take my context with a grain of salt. He was boxing. It was good. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. And then Gervonta wasn't really boxing. Like he was serious, but he didn't go all out yet. And then Floyd is on the sideline like, yo, like, it's time.
Yeah.
Like, you got to stop playing around. Show them now. Because you're losing. You thinking you winning. Your corner might be telling you that you're winning, but you losing.
Yeah.
Most people wouldn't tell that to a superstar. Gervonta Davis is a superstar right now. Floyd, being the mentor that he is, said that.
Or now to cut you off, anybody else besides Floyd telling him that he might not listen.
Exactly. So now it's like being mindful of who you actually are taking advice from and who you allowing to give you advice.
Yeah.
A lot of kids don't do that. They don't want to hear advice. They don't want to hear that you got to do this, you got to do that. They don't want to hear that you're losing. They don't want to hear none of that. So with Floyd doing that, it goes to show like you got to be mindful of the adults that you keep in your life because they can either help you or hurt you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what his corner that was fixing his eye jammy and face and all of that stuff, I don't know what they're telling him. They probably telling him like, yo.
Well, what happened was I watched the Lomachenko fight before and I thought it was an undercard, but I wound up missing I watched the ending of it. Mm-hmm. And basically then I watched it again. And they basically was telling him like the fight could go either way. His trainer was like, "Yo, the fight could go either way. You gotta hit him, blah blah." But then he goes out. I think he lost that round, and then that's when Floyd told him. So like his corner could have made him lose that fight if Floyd didn't say nothing. So I get where you're going with that. Like you gotta just be mindful of the people you keep around you because they could help you though.
Exactly, and they could help you or hurt you.
Yeah,
because now Floyd could have eeasily said the opposite, like "Yo, good job." He could have cheered him like "Yo, good job, you're doing your thing. Keep doing what you're doing." But what he was doing was
kept it real.
Kept it 100.
Yeah,
and I think you should analyze everybody in your circle. Like, who do you think keeps it 100 with you? And I think for the most part, you'll realize most of the people that you hang out with don't keep it 100 with you.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't.
So like if, for example, if one of your friends is doing music or even streaming, let's talk about streaming. If somebody's like been streaming for like 2 years and they're not pulling over 10 views, people might tell you, "Yo, why you quitting? Why? Same for me." You know what I mean? And people won't keep it 100 with that person. And just like the music, like we need to start telling people how to just grow. Yeah. Instead of just letting them stay the same. But the whole Floyd thing, I think that was dope what he did because that could have hurt his career, honestly, because he's trying to get to where Floyd's at.
Exactly. Is he undefeated?
He's undefeated, trying to win all those belts. So he keeps going up a class. He's trying to win all the belts.
I respect it. I just hate. I don't hate Floyd, but I do not like. No, let me start to say I do not like. I think there is a bad ripple effect from Floyd's 51 or 52-0 streak. Because now it sets a precedent that if you lose,
you can't be the best.
You can't be the best. Whereas like boxing,
I don't think Floyd is the best boxer all the time. Then fucking Tyson was.
The guy that got knocked out by Buster Douglas.
But then Floyd's like, if you look at the competitiveness, Floyd didn't really fight like the best fighters in his time.
Who he didn't fight?
I'm saying like
fought everybody.
But then like he waited to fight Pacquiao when Pacquiao got older.
Listen, 52-0, man. 52 men have tried.
But then that's what you just said, that you can't, if he loses, he can't be the best. So if Davis
but Floyd didn't lose.
But all right, so if Davis loses, he can't be better than Floyd because he lost.
No. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is Floyd never lost. 52-0. 52 men have tried. We might have to have
a debate where 52 men have tried. To Floyd, we could sit down now because you got to go opponent. True. Boxing is like you got to get very detailed into it.
Absolutely.
You can't just sit there and just say like, "Oh, he's stronger."
Yeah, and now the thing that kind of hurts Tyson is the same thing with Roy Jones.
People could you could probably talk to somebody that think Muhammad Ali's better.
Yeah, I mean, most people will say Muhammad Ali's the GOAT, but you got to look at Muhammad Ali missed a lot of his prime because of prison. Yeah. So it's like. He came back. He took some L's too, but I think Floyd has like the LeBron James syndrome in the sense that Floyd has a sustained level of greatness that I don't think another boxer has ever showcased. Okay. He literally changed.
Like all those boxers like took time off,
but it's not even about that. It's about that like he's been great for as long as he's been boxing. Like when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he was very good. He was the best. Yeah. And then he turned into Money Mayweather and sustained that level of greatness up until now, up until he retired.
Do you think Money kept him undefeated?
And what do you mean?
Because like he should have lost. He's supposed to lose that Cotto fight.
No, he wasn't. We can watch it. We can watch it on here live with the people. We can rewatch it. He beat up Cotto.
I like Floyd. I didn't like Floyd until I seen his 30 for 30.
What about the 30 for 30 made you?
When you really see like he's like I think he does the money thing for like social media, but he's really like about like investing, family, shit like that. Because he got locked up.
Of course.
So when I seen the 30 for 30, I'm like, all right, he's not such a bad person.
He's somebody who he reminds me a lot of Dame Dash. If you don't know who Dame Dash is, go watch a Dame Dash interview on Breakfast Club. He has one of the dopest minds when it comes to just like business. He's the guy that started Rockefeller with Jay-Z, just for context. He reminds me a lot of Dame in the sense that he believes in independence. I don't need somebody to promote my fights. I don't need somebody to get me a deal. I'm the draw. I'm the attention. You're paying to watch me. Why do I have to pay all these people for everybody to watch me? Yeah. He figured out that problem, exploited that, and built his own production company. Mm-hmm. No boxer has ever done that before. Nobody.
And then every fight that happens, he still gets paid.
This is what I'm saying. So now being that his business is A1, A+, they don't talk about that part. They show you all the money and the antics and the women and the party, and they show you all of that to defame his character. But when you look deeper into who he is as a person, he, like you said, business, family oriented, making sure his circle is good, making investments, generational wealth. Like he's a role model. He's a role model, but there's a reason why you never see him on an ESPN cover.
Yeah,
there's a reason for that, because
he's not money. Ain't enough money for him though. They're not paying him enough.
Not only that, why would you want to promote somebody who doesn't need ESPN? Why would you want to promote somebody who doesn't need Al Heyman and the rest of the boxing promoters to prove he don't need a Don King? Why would you want to promote that? Why would you want other boxers to think that?
And that's why the boxers under him, like you said, is a gift or a curse, because they won't get that experience.
Exactly.
They could be on ESPN's cover because they're under Floyd.
They're under Floyd. So now, but
growing up, that might have been a dream. Like, I want to be in the cover of ESPN, but now I can't.
But now, Floyd is teaching you how to make sure your family is safe and secure after you're done with your career. That's priceless. Most promoters aren't teaching you that. They teach you, yo, let's get this money. I get my cut. You get your cut. Let's go on to the next one.
You get your 30%.
That's it. But Floyd is like, no, like, let me teach you how to use this money. Let me show you what I'm doing. Let me make sure that you got your investments for your daughter, your kids, your niece, your nephew, your family. Y'all good. So that way, if you get knocked out and die in the ring, your family.
That's why they say he's like the greatest athlete of our generation.
And this is why I like Floyd. The answers to shit, I don't care about that. But for what he stands for as an athlete, what he stands for, he's the LeBron of boxing to me. Like the way he sustained his greatness over a 20-year span, LeBron is the same way. LeBron started off with the Cavs. He was LeBron James, and then he turned into King James, and then he went to the Lakers LeBron. But that sustained level of greatness has never really shifted. Yeah. He's been the best now for about, 15, 17 years?
Yeah, probably like...
I think Floyd's the same way.
17. Yeah. It's hard to compare those two because of boxing and basketball. But I get what you're saying, like the longevity. That matters. That matters,
especially in a combat sport like boxing. For you to be able to,
because a lot of people retire after like 30 fights.
It's not a long-lasting sport.
Yeah, most
retire after 4 fights.
Yeah,
they're like, "Yo, this shit ain't for me. You get hit. This shit is not for me, for real." And for Floyd to do what he did is remarkable. I don't know if it could ever be done again. For somebody to break the sport the way that he broke it, I don't know if it could ever be done again, man. He literally changed the game of boxing. The same way LeBron changed the game for the NBA by giving players empowerment.
And that's big what he did with empowerment too, because I didn't bring that up against Johnny and them, because now players can really say where they want to go.
This is what I'm saying.
And do what they want. Like, if I'm not getting this much money, I'm out.
Exactly.
And I think an executive came out and said that the players got more power than them.
And he didn't like that. He didn't like that.
Who said that?
The executive said that. He wasn't fond of the players having the movement the power that they have now. And that's crazy, because to me, that's almost like on some like slave mentality shit. Like, knowing that most of the executives are white, knowing that most of the players are black, what will make you even think that the players should not have the power? Like, why shouldn't the employees of any... First of all,
basically, they spending money to come watch the players. They're not coming to watch the...
This is what I'm saying.
Are you still putting money in your pocket?
Exactly. So it's like, there's so much, and this is a great transition to go into the school that I'm going to be working at, the Earl Monroe New Renaissance Basketball School. They're teaching you about life outside of being an athlete within the context of basketball. So now you're learning about the GM, you're learning about the agent, you're learning about all the things that, because of the players, these people have jobs. The analysts have jobs, the journalists have jobs, the newspaper people have jobs, the TV people have jobs, the GM, the VP, the water boy, the janitor. All these people have jobs because people are coming to watch the players. Why shouldn't they have the power? And it literally makes no sense.
Yeah.
I do think that the GMs should have their position and should have influence and should be able to do the things that they do. Yeah. But for what I think LeBron gets a bad rap for giving the players power. I think that's crazy.
That's the only reason?
I think that's the main reason. Because look, they always say, well, he had Miami. Look what he did with Miami, as if that was a bad thing. He literally took or formulated the team to the best of his ability, the way he wanted to, in Miami. In a place where everybody wants to retire. Everybody wants to go to Miami, Florida, South Beach, live that lifestyle. He did that at 24, 25 years old?
Yeah.
Like, that's remarkable. To be able to do that at that young age, to be able to manipulate the league. You made the phone calls. You told people, like, yo, don't sign. He told Melo, don't sign that long-term deal. He told Wade, he told Bosh, he said, yo, we're going to do all of this. This is years before.
Yeah, that's when he was like 18, probably 19 when they went to the draft.
Already putting in information at a young age as probably a teenager. Yeah. Now the time comes and it's like, oh shit. But he said
this shit really happened.
This is really happening. For you to see that at such a young age and then for people to use that as a detriment to your career, it's insane. Mm-hmm. It's insane. I still to this day cannot understand how people compare what LeBron did in Miami to what Kevin Durant did in Golden State. To me, it's two different things. Completely different.
People mad about the decision. I didn't.
People were mad at it, but I understood it because LeBron never had a college decision.
Yeah.
And he's the greatest player the best player in the NBA at the time. Yeah. So it's like, for y'all to be mad at that, again, y'all just being butthurt because
college, when you go to college, you make a decision.
Make a fucking decision. So what's the big deal? Like,
because a lot of people do it on ESPN.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't
people don't see it because they don't watch. Like, you have ESPN, it's called ESPNU. So when they do the decision, when you at home with your family, you be like, yo, I'm going to this school. You put the hat on. Mm-hmm. They do it on ESPNU.
It's a big thing.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
So I get that point. Like, he didn't have a college decision. So that was his.
Like,
I think if he would have stayed in Cleveland, I think it would have never been that big. And he did it for charity. He raised like $2 million or something.
Probably, but it's fuck the charity. It's more so about like you're controlling your narrative. You're doing what you want to do. Forget what the media says. Forget what the people say. Forget what the fans say. Forget what their family says. If I want to do this, I'm gonna do it the way I want it done. And that's why I've always respected LeBron. I've always respected Floyd because they do things their way. Like with LeBron and media. You'll never see him on a first take. You'll never see him on a first things first. But you did see him with Richard Jefferson. And I forgot the other woman's name.
Yeah,
Rachel Nichols, I think it was. I don't want to get her name wrong, but he did that podcast controlling his narrative. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to do what the people want me to do. I'm going to do the things the way I want to do it.
And I'm going to go hang out with my boys.
Hanging out with my people. I'm going to put bread in my people's pocket. You know how much views I did for Rich Jefferson? And now with the shop. Yeah. He did the shop with Maverick Carter, got Maverick Carter. He started off, they were doing it together, and then he said, you know what, we good. You got that. That's yours.
Let me focus on my school and this and that.
You know what I mean? Like, that's remarkable to me, but people use these things against him.
And for him to put all his friends in jobs.
Come on, man. It's like
Rich Paul is the biggest, and that's why people don't like Rich Paul either, because he's fucks with LeBron.
And this is crazy again. Rich Paul has now established himself as the elite agent of the NBA.
Yeah.
Like you came from the slums.
Yeah.
The slums. You and your whole team came from.
And you making sure every player gets the money that they deserve.
Come on, man. Look what he did for Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons can't even make a jump shot.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, how do you hate that? Yeah. How do you hate that? But again, if you have a slave mentality, if you think that people should not surpass a certain point because they're just athletes, you get comments like the one from the GM. The player shouldn't have that power or whatever the hell you said. That's insane. That's asinine to me. You shouldn't be able. I don't even think you should be able to talk like that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that players should be able to do whatever the hell they want. No, but they do deserve a say. They do deserve power. They do deserve influence because that's what they're doing for the league and the entire world.
And I think the money's just gonna keep going up. Like I think eventually in like 20 years, somebody might get like a $500 million contract.
Oh, absolutely. But that's because of inflation. That's not really because of like, well, it's hand in hand. Part of it is because the value of the dollar is increasing over time. The same way like the Magic Johnson deal, like he had a 25-year deal.
Yeah, that was crazy. A lot of people probably don't even know about that.
Exactly.
He signed a 25-year deal.
Shit is insane. So he signed the $25 million deal.
Kind of dumb because he could have made more money.
But again, at the time, players weren't moving around. And it was smarter to solidify a long-term deal back then because
you didn't know how long you was going to play. A lot of players did part-time. They played basketball part-time.
That's what I'm saying. Niggas would play NBA
Colin said that they freaking was flying first class. They wasn't even having a team jet.
Come on. Like they were playing games. They were a plumber in the morning and play games at night. Like that was the NBA back then. But now knowing that, if you could sign a 10-year deal like a Scottie Pippen did, I think a 13-year deal, if you could do that, it makes sense. Yeah. Because Achilles injury back then, you're not coming back.
You're not coming back. Now it's like, see what Durant did.
Come on.
It's crazy.
So why not? So that's how I look at that. And I just feel like LeBron and Floyd get a bad rep for being the connoisseurs and
now you think all the fighters under Mayweather will get bad reps as well?
Absolutely. They're gonna have to. First of all, you have to understand that being under Floyd, you're gonna always be attached to his name.
Okay.
That first and foremost is gonna hurt your career, or it can help. It's gonna help and hurt. Help in the sense that it'll elevate you because you're under Floyd. That means you have something. You see something in you, that's a great opinion to have. It's gonna hurt you because now it's like you under Mayweather Promotions. We don't really like the way he does business. We don't like the way he conducts himself. You gotta really prove to us why you're worth it. And I think it's a catch-22, but I think the athletes that are gonna be under him, whether they're great or not, the knowledge that they're gonna get is gonna be priceless. Because you're learning from somebody who changed the game forever. Somebody who did something that no boxer was ever able to do on the business side of it. You're talking about a man who might be a billionaire.
Yeah, I think he is.
From boxing.
Boxing.
From one of the most brutal sports and most underpaid sports in all
I think, that's
combat sports. Boxing. And he turned that and became a billionaire. Yeah. So now if you mean to tell me I could be under Floyd and learn how to do that? Yeah. I'm doing that contract. I don't care if I'm 20. If I got my record
Davis at 14 years old.
Come on, like I don't care if my record is 14 and 22. If I'm taking that, but I'm learning under Floyd Mayweather, I'm doing that because that knowledge is priceless. You can't get that nowhere else. RG2 the kid, what's up, man? I appreciate you popping in. There was some other people who popped in, but we was having such a good discussion. Secure the tank. Oh, I'm sorry, no, secure the NTK. Shout out to you, Casper. What's up? Appreciate you. But yeah, man, that's my take on that. And that's one of the reasons why I love sports, because it influences so many people, but the players never get the credit. They never ever get enough credit that they deserve. Like they are literally ambassadors in a lot of impoverished communities. Like you go to any black or brown, inner city, urban, elementary school, ask these young boys what they want to be, 7 times out of 10, they're going to name a player that's in the NBA. 7 times out of 10, they're going to have the shoes of an NBA player. Yeah. They don't even comprehend how much of an influence it is at that time because they're young. Yeah. Like we just had a whole discussion about the Arizona Diamondbacks and the New York Yankees in the 5th grade. Yeah. Like that's influence. So for Floyd and LeBron to be able to influence.
So you think that people should really look into like what they do to try to look up to them as role models? Like,
no, I don't, because I don't believe in role models. I believe in real models. I believe in looking into people who are actually within your community that are helping you. Those are people in real life. The role models, because like let's just take
it's like a far-fetched.
Exactly. Like with role models, like with Floyd Mayweather, he could be the perfect person on TV, but he could be a terrible husband. He could be a terrible father. He could be a terrible trainer. He could be a terrible manager. And if the media doesn't say it, you don't know that.
You don't know.
But he's playing a role for TV. Yeah. Just for an example, not saying that that's true. A real model, like for example, like let's say what you doing with Future Streamers Podcast. You a real model. You bringing kids to the studio, giving them a platform, giving them a voice, letting them explain their story. Like that's a real role model. That's somebody that you can call, you can text, you can ask questions, you can tweet, you can DM. They can find you. That's a real model. Role model is somebody that plays a role on TV. You don't know what they're doing when that camera's off.
It's true.
That's how I see it.
That's a good way. They probably learn something. So
yeah, man. Support. I say that too. Support the people who are in your real life that are really supporting you. Yeah. Don't take that for granted. Whether it be your parents, whether it be your cousins, whether it be your friends, like the people who really support you when you at the bottom, cherish that. Cherish that. Because while you have nothing, the people who are in your streams, while you got 2, 3 views, 4, 5 views, those people, take care of them when you make it. Yep. Tell them that you appreciate the fact that they watching your live when nobody else is watching. Tell them thank you because they don't have to do that. Yeah. They don't. And for those who are helping you along that path, tell them thank you as well. Those that are giving you the free game, giving you the free gems, paying for things that most people don't even know about, helping you with things, all that type of stuff. Make sure you tell them thank you because those are the real role models in your life. They're just in real life. So I call them real models. But I don't believe in role models at all, man. I think role models are... So
you never, growing up, you never like looked up to somebody?
Like, yeah, absolutely. But at the time...
Because you didn't know better.
I didn't know better. I looked up to Kevin Garnett. I looked up to Allen Iverson. I looked up to Donovan McNabb, Terrell Owens. Like, those were my role models. But I had a father. Yeah. Right? Like, but I didn't look at him as a real role model. That was just my dad. Yeah. So it's like... And I had friends that who supported me being a nerd, for lack of better words. Like, my friends didn't make fun of me for going to school. Like, they didn't make fun of me for reading books. They didn't make fun of me for watching smart cartoons. They supported me.
Yeah.
Those are real models that I had in my life.
And you ain't take advantage of it.
I didn't take advantage. I didn't tell them thank you when I had the chance. I didn't tell them thank you. But now that I'm adult, I can reflect and look back on it. I'm always grateful. I say it when I was in college, I used to say that all the time. I was always grateful for my friends back at home because they always supported me and they never treated me different for being an oddball. Like even with the whole, like we was talking about the THC shit.
Yeah.
I didn't smoke weed with my friends or smoking weed, but they supported that and they still fucked with me regardless.
Yeah.
Some of my friends were gangbangers. Yeah. I wasn't no gangbanger, but they didn't treat me no different. And I didn't treat them no different. Those are the people that you always got to show respect and love to. The people that are authentic no matter what. But that transcends sports. That's just real life shit.
Yeah. We all have role models growing up. But like
who are your
said,
role models?
I always like looked up to LeBron, Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter?
Yeah. He used to have his jersey, his hat.
Okay.
That was my role model.
Okay.
But yeah.
And how many championships did you see him win?
Couple.
Okay.
Couple.
A couple? You sure? You sure about that word? Yeah. A couple?
Couple is more than two.
No,
we saw two together.
No.
We saw two together. No. We saw two together.
I don't know. I don't recall watching the Subway Series. So maybe one.
Wow.
And the one that we did watch, I was kind of rooting for the Yankees to lose.
Why?
I wasn't a Yankee fan. If Alfonso Soriano was there, I'm not a fan.
He was. That's when he hit the home run.
But they lost that year.
Oh yeah,
to the Diamondbacks. After that, I was Spankies. I burned the Spanky hat and all that. I'm good. I'm good.
So we see you with a Yankee hat. I'm taking a picture.
You will never see me with a Yankee hat.
That's crazy.
You will not find a picture of me after 20. To be realistic,
2016.
20 probably whenever I came back from Boston.
The man of the hour.
Yeah.
He's in the building. Finally, bro.
All right, we're gonna take a brief intermission.
Yeah, Ernie's here. We're gonna go over these topics real quick.
All right, let me this guy here coming in asking questions.
Do you need the laptop? Or you gonna
you're gonna need it.
All right.
So I'm gonna get it set up.
We'll be right back.
We're gonna be right back.
He ready to slay you.
Yeah, I'm about to finish him. We about to get into all of that.
Yo.
So maybe it's the music.
You.
Boom. 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 Boom.
So what? Yeah,
I got some edibles for you.
No, I'm good. I ain't trying to be like you. I mean,
crazy.
Disappeared and died.
That's the new joke now.
Yeah, right.
Nah, you know what? Take it. Take it. Nah, matter of fact, I gotta take it. All right, cool. Yeah, I gotta take it because it's charging. Come late. Yo, you moving up. Yo,
we good.
Come on, man.
What you mean? We good. Speed finna hit 1 mil. That's crazy, bro.
Cool.
Kid, I was telling you about that guy. He had like 800K.
Are you about to hit a million?
Yeah, he said,
A milli.
Nah, we about to go through these topics.
A milli. Let me know if you can hear us, please.
You back on?
Yeah, we been on.
We've been on.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you can hear us real quick, please. I don't got my phone. Oh wait, yes I do. I'm done.
He said, yeah, we can.
All right, so we good.
Let's get through this.
All right, let's do it.
So we ain't really, damn, it's been a whole week, so there's a few basketball games we gotta go through.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're gonna recap of the Western Conference Finals. Suns win game 2, 104-103 by last second alley-oop to Ayton. Cameron Payne led them with 29 points. Clippers win game 3, 106-92 with a big game by Paul George with 27, 15, and 8. Suns win game 4 on Saturday, 84-80, with a terrible shooting from both teams, but Chris Paul shoots 6 for 7 from the free throw line down the stretch. Clippers still game 5, 116-102 last night in Phoenix. Stay alive. Paul George with a big 41 points and 13 rebounds. How was the Clippers? I'm going to start over Ernie. How was the Clippers able to force a game 6?
Well, before we debate,
Okay.
how are you, my brother?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Everything all right?
Good. Always good.
Always
man.
good. Happy Tuesday. Glad
Tuesday,
you're back.
man. Yeah, man, we
I
here.
didn't know if you was gonna make it.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Cool. Balls in your court.
Was it your court?
I think
You don't like it?
It's cool.
We need to get another. We need to get you one of
Yeah,
these.
we need to get one.
you get you back in the VIP. That's why it's not your real.
Oh, yeah, this really ain't your element. You did good though. You did good for the
Try.
overall.
It's okay.
Trying.
Proud of you.
Back to question. Clippers. Marquise Morris, man. Him and DeMarcus Cousins definitely played great. They stepped up in the first half. They definitely jumped out on them. You know, they say the team, the more desperation you can obviously see. It's different when you're up 3-1 playing versus you down 3-1, and every game you got to fight. You know what I mean? So it definitely showed that. And I think some people was mad at Paul George saying, "Oh, why he wasn't taking over the first half." But I think he was really just pacing himself. I mean, it's kind of like a feeling out process. And then that second half, you see him turned up. I mean, he had 20 points, ended up with 40, with that 41, whatever he had.
He had 30 in the second half.
30 in the second half. Yeah, he stepped up big. I think all that playoff P, like we talked about last podcast, could definitely go to work. Go to
What?
rest. Go to rest, nigga. You know what I'm trying to say.
Making sure you here and you live. Like, wake up. Wake up. It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah, I know. They
making sure you
waiting
wake
to pause. You've been waiting to pause.
So he said.
Anyway.
Good. Shit was good. You want to come late?
I'm early.
So you don't be late to work. He says good now.
We good now. We good. Back
good.
on it. Anyway, like I was saying, that's the reason why Clippers won. No,
No. It's delayed. They said we good now.
we good now.
Apart.
Clippers won. I think Chris Paul, he plays a slower pace, and they don't really push the shit.
We're going to get to the Chris Paul topic.
Okay, go ahead.
One at a time, bro.
One topic at a time.
You sure you ready for Tuesday?
They asked me my
Tuesday,
opinion. They asked me
bro.
my opinion.
He didn't ask you about Chris Paul.
No, he asked me why did I feel Clippers won.
What does that have to do with Chris Paul?
But Chris Paul slows the fucking pace down, and they can't push it. That feeds into the Clippers' hand. What are you talking about?
All right. Can you ask the question again, please?
How was the Clippers able to force a game 6?
The Clippers forced a game 6 because it started with Ty Lue. Give Ty Lue his flowers. It started with the coach. He might be the best coach left in the playoffs. Ty Lue has motivated the team to withstand all obstacles so far that they've had to endure. Ty Lue has been the one to say, you know what? Give Paul George the ball when it matters most. Ty Lue believed in Reggie Jackson enough to keep him in the game and let him take those clutch shots. Shots that a lot of other coaches didn't believe that he could make.
Such as?
His coach of Detroit.
Okay. All right.
You gonna cut me off again, or do I have the floor?
Go ahead.
Do I have the floor? You gonna cut me off again?
Go ahead.
Are you gonna cut me off again?
I thought he had the green light in Detroit, but go ahead.
Like I was saying, a lot of people didn't think that he could make those shots, but he allowed them to take them. So that was the spearhead.
Okay.
Ty Lue. The game plan, the execution, the motivation. He, as a coach, got his team to push through. That's number one. Number two, the player Paul George.
Okay.
Paul George has stepped up. Like I said before, this is the Paul George we've been waiting to see since he left Indiana. He demanded the trade. A lot of people were saying, okay, you're going to demand a trade. You go with Russell Westbrook. It's time to ball out. It didn't work out. Maybe, I don't know if it was because the third player that they had, the third man of the big three. I don't know if it was because of Paul George or Russ. I don't know why it didn't work. But it was three of them there.
He has a name, by the way. I just want you to know. You didn't have to do that. It's okay.
He was the third best player on the team. That's not good
What
enough.
is his name?
Why is that relevant?
Because you named Paul.
Talking about the
you named Paul George. He not named Paul George and Russell Westbrook, the third player.
I was Russell Westbrook's team. That's relevant.
Okay.
He was second to Russell Westbrook.
America, we see what he just did.
So,
okay.
Third, why does that even matter?
It's a lot of hate. Go ahead.
That's not hate. Why do you keep cutting me off?
Go ahead.
I keep trying to go and you keep cutting me off. Can you stop doing that? Please. America. Like I was saying, Paul George's play was number two. Spectacular. Played well in the fourth. Did everything he needed to do. The Clippers should be winning this series right now if you want to be technical, but because of what happened in game two, they're not. But they should have been able to close the deal in game two. They should be up in the series right now, but they're not. Ty Lue is doing everything that he needed to do, and that's the reason why the Clippers are having success. Why do you feel not cutting me up?
Why do you feel like they should be up? Because I hate when people do this. They should be up. How do you know? Because if he would make the free throws right, let's say he made the free throws right, they won the game. I don't even
care about the free throws. You should not lose by a tipping on the side on an inbounds.
But you did. It happened. It's basketball.
It does happen,
right?
But you should be prepared for that. You should be prepared for that. Now, if you inbound it and somebody hits a jump shot, that's different.
Well, really,
but tipping.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I threw more because they had the extra little timeout when they was going over the replay to draw that play up. If they didn't have it, right? And listen, let me tell you, if they didn't have it, that play would never happen. I'm telling you.
You just said you don't know that. You literally just said that.
No, when they had that little briefing, that's when they ran the play. So you before that, it wasn't talking about that play.
But the same way they had a way to make the play is the same way the Clippers had a chance to defend it. They could have defended against that. You don't allow a tip in.
No.
Somebody who's 7.
No. I get that. But my point was, if that instant replay thing didn't happen, and then they get that extra time to prepare for that play, or to draw up that play would have never happened.
And that's fine. But regardless of that, I don't think that's the way you should lose in that magnitude.
But
at that moment.
My point is, okay, they lost, right? You're telling me if that tipping didn't happen, they win. Doesn't mean now they're going to win the next game. That's because the series changes. The whole game changes. Like everything is just different now. Because now you up 2-1 versus down 2-1, and now you probably don't play with that same desperation as if you was down. So we can't say, oh, that tipping would have happened and they would have automatically won this game. So we don't know, like you said.
We don't know.
But
do you think, since you brought it up, Max, do you think they should change this to replay the last 2 minutes?
That's a great question. I think they need to just speed it up more.
You think it should be a timer?
Yeah, it should be like no more than a minute. Like if we all can see it at home and say, okay, that was out of bounds, that wasn't. Why did it take these guys so long with the headphones, with all this extra, just to say if it was out of bounds? Now we could see it from home. Why can't they see it right there on the screen? Okay, cool. We got to see it from different angles, and we good to go. It should be like no more than at least 2 minutes. That should be taking mad long, and that changes the momentum of the game for both teams. So,
do you think they should change this to replay?
Should they change instant replay? That's the question?
Yeah.
Just speed it up. As long as you know what I said.
I heard what you said. Okay. So, speed it up. I don't think that's really fair because you then put the referees on the time clock, and that could be detrimental depending on what the play is. Okay. So if you're going to have instant replay, you got to give them the time that they need to get the call right.
How much time do they need? I'm asking you a question. We talking. Why can't we just talk? How much time do you think they need?
Oh,
Is it a simple question? That's actually a simple question. I'm like, how much time do you think?
did I cut you off? Did I cut you off? Did I cut you off?
No, you didn't.
Thank you. Can I get the same respect, please?
Okay.
Can you moderate this thing, please?
I'm a moderator. That's security guard.
Well, like I was saying, do they need to speed it up? No, because I feel like the refs need the time to get the play right. I'd rather you take the time to get the play right than try to do it fast and then mess up. Because that is what's happened in the past.
So you think they should just take it out in general?
No, keep it, because you get the play right. I'd rather you get the right play. Get the right play.
I just don't like the instant replay because they miss calls and then they like I forgot what game it was, but you seen when Patrick Beverly hit it and they hit off Devin Booker.
Yes.
And they got the ball. Then the next game, the same play happened to Cameron Payne and they didn't review it.
Right.
When they hit over Cameron Payne.
Well, within the same under 2 minutes?
It was under 2 minutes.
Okay.
And Cameron Payne was dribbling and it went off his hand. But
let me ask you this. Did he vouch for, hey, let's review? Because to be honest, Pat Beverly's the one who review. Yo, you got to review it.
Yeah.
And that's probably what caused him to do it versus campaign like, hey, fuck it, man.
I think it could go both ways.
See, somebody, Daquan, thank you for agreeing with me. He said as much time as they need to make the right decision. It's about getting it right.
But how long do you need? Like, we've seen some of these games, the announcers like, yo, come on now. How long it takes to get this thing right?
So
like,
they should take the players and not have them go with the coach?
That's what I was going to say. I think that's the way
to stay on the court?
They should have to stay on the court or different. Like, they can't be on the sideline.
Yeah, as a timeout.
Let me sit on the court. Yeah, okay.
So that way, like you said, when they went over and he drew up the play, whatever, that should not happen.
I think the play kind of didn't matter because even Ty Lue had time to stop it. You know, it's
and that's what I'm saying.
You know, it's 0.7 seconds left. It's like, what can you get from 0.7? What was it? 0.7 seconds?
Yeah.
What can you get from that play? It's only a.
Yeah, they should have known it should have been a tip.
They should have known.
Yeah.
And then the refs kind of missed the call because I think somebody held Zubac.
Yeah.
I talking about.
Yeah, it's exactly what you're talking about.
I don't think they should take instant replay out.
I don't think you can. At this point, you can't take it out at this point. But you can update it. You can make it the 2.0 version, make it better. The same way they tried out the challenges, and it's some people like it, some people don't. Yeah. I'm not really a fan of it, but I think that if they're gonna have it, they can make it better.
Okay.
Why are you not a fan of it?
Because I feel like it doesn't really, like, what does it really do? Like, you have one challenge that you can use at any point and you don't get another one. And if you get it right, I just feel like, and then again, it could be used as an extra timeout.
Yeah. You get two, right? One per half, I think. Something like that.
I think you get one.
You get one for the game. And then if you get it
so
right,
that's why it'd be like third quarter and the coach could use it and they wouldn't because they're trying to save it for the fourth.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like,
but it's all about coaching. Like, when do you use it? Like, if you down 4 or 5, you know what I mean? And some shit don't go your way, it's a block instead of a charge. And are you going to use it just to get the momentum back? Like, how do you?
That's what I'm saying. So now, knowing that if I'm a coach, I could use it for extra timeout.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
So I don't think that should, like, if you're gonna have it, again, make it better. If you're gonna keep it, don't allow the players.
You're saying like make it like the NFL. Like you get 2 challenges.
Yeah, that too. So like if you get 1 per half, that's fine. And then so that way, like, it could be a crucial moment in the second quarter that you should be able to challenge it. If challenges are going to be in the NBA,
right?
That could sway.
Yeah, because that's what it hesitates coaches. Because it's not like I'm gonna a player say, "Yo, I didn't touch him. I didn't like." I might not want to do that challenge. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting.
I'm saying it's not worth it.
Then he may be right. So then he may be wrong because he, like you said, happens that quick. You can't instant replay, like you said, every single one. So you got to just, chalk it up to the game.
And then even if you do get it right, only thing you get is the call in your favor. You don't get another one. You don't. There's nothing from that. So it's like,
you don't gain that one. But
you don't get it back. I don't like that. That I don't like. But this was just like the beta phase. Like I know they were just trying it out this year, but if they're gonna keep it, they got to make it better. They got to make it better.
Who has to step up for the Clippers besides Paul George? Going forward.
I think this team is in general. Like, I think they say like Reggie Jackson or Markieff Morris, one of them have a good game, they're like almost undefeated. You know what I mean? I think they got like 1 loss, something like that. So one of them 2 got to step up. Luke Kennard. I think the little things like Shane Battier, you know what I mean? He may not score a lot of points, but he guards the best player. He tried to chase Devin Booker around to get him tired, try to pressure Chris Paul. You know what I mean? Things like that. He's not going to steal it, obviously, but little things like that. And to be honest, they're doing it without Ibaka. They're doing it without Zubac now and without Kawhi. Not saying they're better. Obviously, they're not better without them. But when they go to that small ball lineup, it really, you know what I mean? It's a real factor for the Suns. The Suns don't know what to do. And DeAndre Ayton, I think last game kind of showed it. Like, I think he played good the first quarter. After that, he didn't really do much.
I think if outside of Paul George, in order for them to win, the person who has to step up the most is Reggie Jackson, because he's really the only one that could create a shot other than Paul George. So if he's not creating, it makes the defense way easier because now we could shrink the paint, make it easier, force you to shoot tough threes. But now if you got somebody who can cut through that defense and get to the rack and get a bucket, it keeps the defense on their heels. So now if Reggie Jackson is not hitting shots, if he's not being aggressive, all we gotta do is focus on Paul George. And now the game is much easier. Right. So now if Reggie Jackson doesn't have a good game, surprisingly, because a lot of people really didn't believe in him when he got there. Yeah. I think without Reggie Jackson doing that.
To your point with the Detroit point, was it like he always, because he played all right in Detroit. Like I remember
he played good. I like Reggie Jackson.
But it was more just because Detroit's a small market. So when you go to these small market teams with OKC, Detroit, you're not gonna get the shine or get the show on that stage to show what I could do. Now you with the Clippers, a contender, play backup. You know what I mean? I could show what I could do, especially if Rondo's not playing fucking. To be honest, they don't really got a point guard.
They got Rondo. Don't do that.
Was he starting?
He's a champion.
Don't do that. Answer the question. Was he starting?
I think Rondo's not playing because he doesn't fit.
Right, and Paul George and Kawhi usually bring the ball up. They don't have a true point guard to bring it up. So Reggie Jackson's perfect for them.
I was talking to somebody last night. I said I think Zubac getting hurt helped the Clippers because now DeMarcus Cousins could hit a jump shot. Yeah. He could hit a jump shot, so he spaces the floor, and then now Ayton can't be in the game, or he got to play the paint like he's doing what Gobert did. So they're using what they did to Utah to the Suns last night.
Yeah, and it's working for them. Yeah. It's working for them. Like I said in the chat, Zubac might have been the cancer. Might have been the cancer. Might have been because it's like you said, DeMarcus Cousins can now stretch the floor out. They could go small ball. They could play Morris at the foul. Stay small.
Yeah, he helped them out at first half.
But he has to play like that. And to be honest, the game before that, Zubac was killing.
No, Zubac is good, but I'm saying for this particular matchup,
I think forward the next two games,
it might be better to keep him off the floor if they have to. So it's like I think that the Clippers got a real shot.
They could limit
him. Keep it situational, but I don't think he really helps him as much as they thought he did because of his size. Like, he was only really in because of his size and DeAndre Ayton, but that didn't really make a difference. So now, if you can get a five to space it out and make DeAndre Ayton go out there,
and DeMarcus Cousins can go out and go help guard, exactly. He may not be great, but he
could do something.
Ball, put a hand up right there. He's not going to do no stupid foul.
Zubac ain't doing none of that.
With that being said, you got a sign?
Do the comments.
Oh, my fault.
Who
wins the next game?
Clippers.
What's
the game 7?
Clippers.
Because game 7.
My original take was Clippers in 7. And what was yours?
Clippers in 7.
Yours was not Clippers in 7.
It was 6 or 7.
It was definitely 6.
It was 7.
It was 6. Can you look it up, please?
All right,
I was the only one that picked Clippers in 7.
No, you was not.
Yes, I was.
I picked Clippers in 7. No, you didn't. I got them going to the chip. How you gonna tell me?
I don't mean pick them in 7.
I picked them.
What do you pick them
in 7?
I don't know. It don't say.
I picked them in 7, bro.
There's no proof. You have no proof. Can you pull it up?
He's looking for it now.
I'm asking you. Can you pull it up?
He's looking for it now.
So you can't pull it up. So you can't pull it up. There's no Clippers in 6. No Clippers in nothing. So you might pick the Suns for all we know.
Me and him got a bet.
What's the bet?
I got Clippers winning this year, so I'm trying to tell you.
We got to bet on a series, but I don't know about.
I said Clippers in 7, bro. It's all good. We both got the Clippers. Doesn't matter.
We'll figure it out.
No, it does matter. One is going to be right and one is going to be wrong.
Clippers first game 7.
I'm going to look it up right now. This is crazy.
You were trying to tell me who I picked.
You didn't pick him. I was the only one that picked him in 7.
Why he looked? Let's transition.
That's all you want to be the only one. You can know everything.
I know a lot. I don't know everything, but I know a lot. Matter of fact, I know nothing. That's why I'm smart.
So y'all both got the Clippers for the series, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to ask that for the Suns to win, if they had a chance to win, in your opinion, who has to step up for the Suns?
Chris Paul. I think, like I said before, man, I think him being back, it really hurts them because they don't play that. Like the first 2 games, he was pushing the ball against the Clippers. Him being back, he got to play that solo pace because he's not the same Chris Paul as he was before. Yeah. So now, even they showed it like with him and Devin Booker on the court, he's averaging like about 18 points per 36 minutes. When he's not on the court, he's averaging 27 points. So that goes to show you, like, when Chris Paul is not in the game, they kind of move and run fast and everything like that. Also, I think Drake Crowder needs to step up. Him, Mikal Bridges kind of been up and down. They need to
that's Chris Paul's fault that they've been playing not so good.
I think you just give them a slower pace and that play into the Clippers' hand. They'd rather play them in a half court set.
Yeah, because when the Suns is able to put at 120, it's
hard and push that shit. Also, Johnson needs to get more PT. Cam Johnson, he's definitely a bucket and he plays good D. So I think we have to sit Crowder down to somebody. Maybe him and Bridges and then
we got Clippers winning 6 and 7. I think that was the Suns' second loss at home. You think they could win another game in Phoenix?
You know what? My thing is this: if Clippers push it to 7, the pressure's on the Suns. They ain't really no pressure on the Clippers because it's like, granted, we got to game 7, but you up 3-1.
They said you think the Clippers they won. He said you think CP3 hurt the Suns more than helping them.
Yeah, defend that, nigga. Defend that.
Yes.
Who said that?
That's a good question.
Yes, like he
for
should
this series
since them 2 games, the first 2 games that he did not play hurt them because they were in a momentum, they were running. He came back and they lost 2 out of 3 games with him, and they played at a slower pace. And he hasn't been making shots like that. His field goal percentage is horrible. Over the last 2 or 3 games. So I think you kind of tell. Either I don't know if it's COVID, something, injury, or something that we don't know about. He's not playing the same as he was before the series even started.
All right. I know you definitely said Clippers in 6.
All right, so
but you don't know everything, right?
You got Clippers. Y'all both got Clippers, but what do you think the Suns have to do to be able to win the series?
In order for the Suns to win the series, Ty Lue got to continue to beat Ty Lue.
Suns.
I'm sorry, Suns. Sorry.
It's okay.
I was just trying to look for your false information.
Right. Okay.
But in order for the Suns to win this, Devin Booker got to beat Devin Booker.
Okay.
They got to just continue to play their game of basketball. It's not really too complicated. At this point, you know your opponent, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, you know their strengths, you know their weaknesses. You just got to execute at this point. It's the Western Conference Finals. There's no hat tricks. There's no hidden secrets about the opponent by now. There's no blueprint. You know what you got to do. Ayton got to beat Ayton. Booker got to beat Booker. Paul got to beat Paul. And role players got to do the role players' jobs. That's how they're going to win.
Now, question. I had a quick question, Chris. My fault. Suns lose the series. Who gets most of the blame?
If they lose the series, I don't really think anybody gets blamed. I just feel like they just.
So you telling me?
Let me go to why I picked the Clippers. I picked the Clippers because of veteran leadership for the prime. That was my primary reason.
Okay.
I said they got Reggie Jackson, they got Morris, they got Paul George, people who have experience in the playoffs or in the league for that matter.
Okay.
And I feel like the Suns didn't have that. They have a lot of people that are under 25 outside of Chris Paul. So with that, I thought that they were going to fold in these big situations. So now if they lose,
it's more good Clippers than bad Suns.
Yeah, I don't think the Suns are just going to be ice cold and then not do what they need to do.
Suns lose, does it hurt Chris Paul's legacy?
No, hell no. Absolutely not.
Yes.
Why?
Yes, because we already see him blown 3-1 leads multiple times. So him to almost get there to the finals. And before this game, everybody told me, Chris Paul about to be in the finals first time. Everybody so happy for him, point guard, everything like this. And now all of a sudden you up 3-1 in the West Conference Finals, you blow another lead like you've done before in the past, and now we're not going to give him no blame at all. When they say this is better Clippers, you up 3-1. It wasn't no better Clippers before. Now you telling me now you lose a 3-1 lead. Now it's just bad. That was just bad Suns all of a sudden. Like, come on, now you're not going to give him no blame at all. There's no blame to Chris Paul at all, right? Okay, but we give him praise when they go 3-1, but don't blame him when they lose a series. Okay, I get it. He's the point guard, right? Hey, he's the best point guard ever, right? In your opinion?
No, yes, it's a fact.
Right.
It's a fact.
But him losing 3-1, again, is not going to blame for him, right? Saying no blame.
Losing, like I said, losing 3-1 to a team
that you're up 3-1 against already.
Yeah, you up. It happens. People have blown 3-1.
But it happens to him a lot.
They don't talk about Kevin Durant.
It happens to him a lot, though. More than one time.
Well, he was playing for the Clippers.
Okay, was he playing for Houston? They lost? What? They was up 3-2 against the
Warriors. It wasn't
Warriors.
his fault. He didn't play in game 7.
He got hurt 6 and 7.
That's what I'm saying.
What
Sound like a lot of excuses.
He didn't play. How was that his fault? He did not play.
3-1.
How did you blow a 3-1 lead
in his NBA career? And now you're telling me you're not going to give him no blame if they lose the series to the Clippers because it's such a bet. No Kawhi, right? And it's such a way better Clippers team. They basically evenly matched. So what's the excuse?
Then.
So what's the excuse?
There is no excuse. You lost. All right. You lost.
How much? I need put a fucking number on it. How much percentage are you giving Chris Paul to blame if they lose?
I think the Suns have a better team. Because you could lose and play a phenomenal game. Kevin Durant lost.
He hasn't been playing phenomenal the last 2-3 games.
You're not listening to what you said. If they lose, did they lose yet?
No.
All right then. So we don't know what these next few games are going to look like. Okay. So now if Chris Paul has 2 games left? If it goes to game 7, if he has 2 great games and they lose, it's not his fault. Or he doesn't get 100% of the blame.
No, not 100%.
It depends. We got to watch the game and see what happens.
Okay.
But so we'll get back to that next time.
What type of shit is that?
Okay. I remember that question for next
time.
Now
blowing a 3. Oh, this guy's crazy.
If Paul George,
keep that same 3-1 energy with Kevin Durant.
Since we on the
he blew his 3-1 lead and left town. Keep that same energy.
Yeah.
Because you don't talk about that with his legacy.
Champion.
So
Right. Same thing you say with
Gotta earn his
Rondo.
legacy?
So you say with Rondo, he's a champion, right? I
Yes.
say that. All right. So it's coming to right.
But I'm asking you, so what? So what?
All right.
All right. If Paul George beats the Suns and gets to the finals, is he Hall of Famer?
Yes. Yes. He's going to the Hall of Fame. If he gets to listen, if he continues to play the way he's been playing and they beat the Suns without Kawhi,
Win or lose in the finals, he's in the Hall of Fame.
yes. No. If he wins it, then what? He's definitely guaranteed. What you think? No?
Jay-Z?
He's a Hall of Famer for what?
If he gets to the finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without his best player, coming back from a 3-1 lead, all the scrutiny he has been through, and he reaches the finals and stops Chris Paul from going to the finals, he's going to the Hall of Fame. Because let me tell you what. There's a lot of people. I think it's already kind of known it's way easier to get in the Hall of Fame for the NBA than it is for football. So I think for players like Paul George, he'll probably get into the Hall of Fame because of that.
But then even with that though, like that's an amazing feat. But what is that? That don't make you in the Hall of Fame. You just had a great run. You had a phenomenal run. And you only you won 2 series. If they win the chip, that'd be 3. You won 3 series without Kawhi Leonard. Like, all right.
What you mean all right?
All right.
What you mean all right? Nigga, he's a champion.
All right.
All right, he's a Hall of Famer.
But he didn't win a championship yet. But for going to the finals, you don't be in a Hall of Famer for just making it to the finals. I don't mean nothing.
Okay.
You just made it.
All right.
Whoop-de-doo.
Okay.
You did what you were supposed to do. You became
But there are
the player
players
that
who
you-
haven't made it who's in the Hall of Fame.
All right.
All right.
But that don't mean he's a guaranteed lock to go into the Hall of Fame. Just
I didn't
because he
say
made the finals.
guaranteed luck. I said
You said he's going to the Hall of Fame.
I didn't say
That's
first
a
ballot. I didn't say first ballot. Now I mean,
You said he's going to the Hall of Fame. That's a guaranteed lock, is it not?
He's going to the Hall of Fame.
All right, then. So
And you
just
say
for
no.
going, I said just for going to the championship, that does not mean you're going to the Hall of Fame.
So you're saying he's not going to the Hall of Fame? If he gets to the finals, he's not going to the Hall of Fame.
No.
So somebody said if he beats them, he's a Hall of Famer. And somebody said if he wins a chip, possibility. If not,
Possibility?
Nah.
What?
That's what I'm saying. You didn't even win a chip. You had a great run.
Okay.
You went to the finals. That's cool. There's outliers that go to the finals from time to time. It happens.
Right.
That doesn't mean they go to the Hall of Fame.
There's a lot of people. My point is, not saying does he deserve it or not. I'm saying the way the NBA criteria works is he's probably
Kenny Smith, you know,
he's probably going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Well, Kenny Smith wasn't the best player when he went to the
Right.
chip. Paul George is technically the best player right now. But if anybody deserves to go to the Hall of Fame for this run, it's Ty Lue
Okay.
before Paul George.
Okay.
Then you know,
All
Paul
right,
George
all right.
don't deserve to go to the Hall
So
of Fame
it's
just for making the finals. That's
8:35. The game's about to start, so let's just skim through the
All right.
Eastern Conference.
Okay.
Eastern Conference.
Wrap it.
Atlanta stole game 1 in Milwaukee, 116-113 with a 48-point game from Trae Young. Bucks win game 2 in a blowout, 125-91 with Giannis and Middleton combining for 47 points. Bucks win a surprising. Bucks win a surprising game 3 in Atlanta behind.
Yeah!
Middleton outscored Atlanta 20-17 in the fourth quarter. With Trae Young being out tonight, is it over for the Hawks?
No.
Ooh, what do you want to bet? 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 What do you
He said
want?
it's not
my-
over.
It's not
You got
over
the
for
floor.
Hawks.
Ooh.
It's not over for the Hawks.
It's not over.
I think since Trae Young is being out,
Okay.
people's gonna step up.
Who?
Lou will.
Who?
Can I
Who?
say? Lou will.
Okay.
Lemon Pepper Lou.
Lemon.
My son Collins. Capella's gonna be on the boards. Red Rocket, what's his name? You know what I'm talking about.
Herder.
Gallinari. And Bogdanovic, I can't say his name, but you know what I'm talking about. I think he's been playing shitty these last few games. I think he's hurt a little bit, but I think it's gonna be
the entire series.
okay. But listen,
You know.
it's a few games,
Just
right?
trying to help you out.
All right, no, we're good. We're good. I feel like everybody's gonna step up. I feel like everybody's gonna take the Bucks, and this is what I learned about betting. 1-on-1. When the public and everybody goes to one team, not all the time, but sometimes you just lean the other team. Money line.
If you want to stay
And
broke,
I
listen
think-
to that advice.
Okay.
So you
We'll see.
said money line?
Take money on the Hawks. Why not?
It's 10.
All right. I'm at home. The Hawks are at home.
All right.
Why
Is it
not?
over for the Hawks? Trae Young?
It's over. It's
So
done.
4-1?
Book it.
You got 4-1.
Book
You
it.
got 4-1.
It's over.
What's the series
It's
prediction?
over.
4-1.
It's over.
What's your series
They're
prediction?
done. The Hawks, all of this, fly Hawks, it's over. It's done. Trae Young is done. You had a great run, phenomenal run, historical run. You deserve your flowers. Thank you for entertaining the NBA and us. We love it. Let me finish. Like I said it was going to be. Let me finish. So
if you lose tonight, you're wrong.
Like I was saying, I keep getting cut off. Thank you, Trae Young, for everything that you did for this year in the playoffs. You did astonishing, beyond measure. You were literally the best player to watch in this playoffs. From the shimmy to knocking out your New York Knicks.
You did.
To doing what he did to Philly. It was a phenomenal run, and I thank you. Thank you, my brother. You have a bright future here in the NBA, and I think you need to be in the same conversation as Luka. That's my personal opinion.
I agree.
But a lot of people not ready to admit that and have that conversation. With that being said, the Milwaukee Bucks will be going to the finals like I predicted. Can I get my flowers?
What flowers do you need? Because you made a prediction? Series not over.
It's over.
It's 2-1.
It's over.
It's 2-1.
It's over.
All right, so then I win another game.
We gotta talk about next Tuesday.
All right, so then I win another game, the Hawks. Got you. So good.
So I was gonna. You already answered the question.
Since you got the Bucks, right? And you got the Clippers going, who you got? Is that too far ahead?
That's too far ahead.
No, can you relax? Can you relax?
By next Tuesday, we'll have like the game should be over.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, the Bucks are definitely gonna knock them out before Tuesday.
Clippers and Hawks.
In what?
NBA Finals preview. Besides, we'll get to that. We'll get to that point.
Clippers and Hawks? Clippers
winning 4-2 series.
Go ahead, Chris. What do you wait? Can we just make a quick bet? Can we just bet like a bottle of champagne?
Are you ready?
Can we bet a bottle of champagne?
No.
Why not?
I already got so many bets out there. I'm good.
Bottle of Bel Air. Bottle of Bel Air.
I'm good.
Bucks Hawks series. Bottle of Bel Air. That's $20.
I got a question.
I bet you the Hawks win another game. You can bet that.
Bet the series.
I bet you the Hawks. Bet the series. You said gentlemen sweep. All this extra shit. No more of this, right? I bet you the Hawks win another game.
Can you bet the series?
See the America. See how this man. He's all confident with the.
No, you just said
that was him, right? He said a gentleman sweep, 4-1. Right now it's 2-1. I said Hawks win another game. He's scared to bet me. Why not?
Let me get Ernie a little hype right now. Hawks is up 10-2 right now.
Listen, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. See, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he didn't, because he. Okay.
Let's transition to the next question.
Yes, sir.
This goes for Ernie because it's about you. Was JT right about Middleton taking the last shot?
No, I wasn't wrong. Let me tell you. Let me tell you my stance. This case again. We got a few episodes to go back. I said,
"I bellow.
I want Giannis with the ball, him either driving to the rack or kicking it out to make a good play for his teammates." That's all I said. Was I wrong for saying that? No. So what are you talking about? What was I wrong about?
Who you want him to kick it to for the last possession?
Who was fucking open on his team?
So let me get this straight.
It could be Middleton. It could be Forbes. It could be Brook Lopez. Maybe out there. You asked me a question. I was trying to answer.
I'm asking, are you done?
Sure.
No, are you done? No, I want you to finish your statement.
I finished. Go ahead.
You addressed that you never said that, apparently. You said that he should drive to the basket and kick it out. I'm just making sure I'm...
Drive to the basket, kick it out.
Okay.
Or drive to the basket and try to score.
So Chris Middleton shouldn't get no type of ISO situations for the last shot of the game.
If he wants to, sure. No. But I want...
No, matter of fact, not what you want. What do you think they should do?
I told you. I just said it. I don't need to repeat myself.
So just to clarify again, stay with me.
I'm with you.
So just a series of questions just for comprehension.
Just answer it. You can do it again. Go ahead.
So now, would you want, as the coach, Chris Middleton getting an ISO play for the last possession, the last shot of the game, yes or no?
Sure.
So now you want both.
What do you mean? You asked me.
One. Which one would you want?
Why do I have to pick one?
Because it's one possession. What do you want for the last possession?
What are we not getting?
It's one possession.
You're coaching the Bucks.
Okay. One possession, one play for the.
I'm giving it to Giannis.
Even though what we just seen.
Yes, I'm giving it to Giannis. And this is what I'm talking about. You see how so inconsistent people are? Because right before that, when this nigga was shooting fucking horrible and everybody was clowning Chris Middleton, no one said anything. Horrible fourth quarters.
We had bad nights.
We had bad nights. We don't mention that. We only mention the good nights. Well, you mentioned the good nights.
Mention his bad nights. What was his
okay.
percentage? What was his percentage? What did he shoot? Let's talk. Let's bring up the numbers. You brought it. Bring up the numbers now.
Bring up the numbers.
Bring up the numbers.
Bring up the numbers. Bring up the.
listen, all I know is that
it's crazy.
Middleton hit the
He did.
big shot in Game 7
The shot to send who home?
to send
Who went home after that shot?
the Nets home. And then
No, I want him to answer. Who went home after that Chris Middleton shot?
The Nets, they lost.
Who was on the Nets? Who was the
15
best player?
players that got hired?
Who was the best player on the Nets?
The 15 players that got hired professional
No, who was
athletes.
the best player on the Nets?
Which Nets team? You talking about 03? You talking
Oh
about
my
what Nets team are you talking about? I'm asking you. I don't know.
See the deflection.
I don't know what
You
Nets
see
team
him
you're
doing the
talking about.
bob and weave.
I'm asking.
Bob and weave. See him doing this shit. You see the Floyd shoulder roll. Come on, man. This is not your sport. This is mine.
and
You're
then,
in my
and
team.
then he outscored Atlanta in the fourth quarter by himself.
By himself.
One game?
By himself.
One game?
Giannis never did that.
What happened to the game?
Giannis never did that.
What?
Giannis never did that.
Never what?
Outscored an entire team in the fourth quarter. He's never done that.
Okay, a lot of
He's
people
never done that.
What does that
Ever.
mean? That means he's not great?
That means you give it to Chris
That means he's
Middleton
not
when it
great?
matters most. That's
Okay.
what it means.
So who's
That's
Batman?
what it means.
Who's
Who
Batman?
said that?
Who's Batman?
You know who fucking Batman is. Don't do that.
Who?
Who's Batman?
Yeah, you know. Why are you doing that? Why you go ahead? Go ahead, say it. Go ahead, say it. Say who's Batman. Say who's Batman.
Why you dropping your keys?
Say it doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. Stop distracting.
Get
Say who's
yourself
Batman.
together.
Who is
Relax.
Batman on the
Take
whole
a
team?
breath.
Coach Bud? No.
a breath.
Who is Batman? Who's
Relax.
that? Who is that?
You relax.
They want to know.
I'm
That was
trying to
the-
answer the question. You asking me a question and then not letting me answer. Can I answer the question? Can I answer the question without
You're a
interruption?
grown man. Go ahead. Answer the
No,
question.
so you can't even give me a yes or no. And that's fine.
Answer the
So-
question.
To answer the question, who's Batman? You have to say Giannis because it's Giannis's team. But now, I'm going to compare Giannis and Middleton, and don't go crazy, but Giannis and Chris Middleton are a mini Kobe and Shaq. I think they're mini Kobe and Shaq. They play the game very similar. Chris Middleton, of course, is not Kobe Bryant. And Giannis, of course, is not Shaq. That's why I said mini. But the style of play in which that they play off of each other, they let Giannis do what he does for the first 3.5 quarters. But when it matters most, give it to the person who's supposed to give it to, and that's Chris Middleton, not Giannis Antetokounmpo.
So he's a young black mama. What you saying? He's a killer instinct, right? That's him. That's
Did I
Chris Middleton.
just say he's not Kobe Bryant? I literally
So why the
just
fuck
said that.
comparing them? If they not, why
I said
compare?
the style of play. Were you not listening to
They
what I was
play
saying?
nothing alike.
Well,
Shaq and
Can
Giannis
you
play
check the
nothing
numbers?
alike.
Can you check the playoff numbers?
They
Let's
play
check.
nothing alike.
Can we check the playoff numbers? And I
They
bet you
play
they're
nothing
similar.
alike.
I bet you the playoff numbers are similar.
Which one? What year? What year
Yeah,
you want to
do?
pick?
Pick a year. Pick a year.
You know who compared them?
Pick a year.
You know who compared them?
I know I
don't
compared
think-
them.
I don't think he meant as a player though. I think
I
he meant
I
like,
literally said that. I said Chris Middleton is not Kobe Bryant and Giannis is not
Why
Shaq.
even bring them
I
up?
said the style in which they play together, the way they bounce off of each other, is similar to Kobe and Shaq.
I really
Yes,
don't see
they
none of
are.
them bouncing up to each other. I never see Giannis go
Giannis-
set Chris Middleton a pick and they do a pick and roll. None of that.
You've
Or
never seen them do a pick and roll.
no.
Giannis
Listen,
averages
the way
30
Kobe-
and 13.
All right.
Middleton averages 23 points.
So now, can we just go to one Kobe and Shaq playoff series? Let's go to what 01, 02. They won against Philly.
Yeah. 0203. But 0203.
So 30 and 13. Shaq averaged 30 and 15. 2 rebounds, though. Kobe averaged 29.
Same thing. Literally the same thing. Kobe averaged what, a few more points? And that's
You
why I
telling
said
a nigga.
I said
both players
many-
who damn near average 30. It's
How
the
much is
same
Chris
thing.
Middleton averaging?
23.
23.
Okay.
It's not the same thing. It's nowhere
I said
close.
similar.
That's not similar.
Yes, that is similar.
23 and damn near 30 is similar.
All right. So what other duo was similar?
That's
then?
crazy.
What
Not them
duo was-
two. Not them
So then
two.
who?
None. I don't compare them. I think they're their own little combination. They're not compared to Kobe and Shaq,
They are
Jordan,
comparison.
Pippen, Wade, and like none of them. Like
They
there's
are
no
compared
comparison.
to
No.
Kobe and
Yeah.
Shaq.
They're
Like
a
I
regular
said, Shaq would
duo.
bring them there. Shaq would bring them there. Kobe would bring them home.
So Middleton's bringing them
Giannis?
there. This is crazy.
No, he's saying.
So Middleton's bringing them there.
Can you explain
That's
it to these
crazy.
people?
I
Please?
understand what you're saying. Yeah.
No, you don't
You
understand.
say
Stop,
Giannis bring
stop,
them there,
stop,
and Middleton
stop,
will bring them
stop,
home.
stop.
You
You don't
don't
understand.
I
You
know,
don't understand.
I know.
So why you didn't say that?
That's crazy.
So why you didn't say that the first time?
That's crazy.
Why you didn't say that the
But they
first
compared
time?
the two.
All right,
Nah,
so
that's crazy.
Comparison.
Shaq game was to dominate the paint, right?
Sure.
And post up, go to work, rebound.
Yeah,
That's kind of what Giannis
Big.
does.
Kind of. That is what he does.
sure, I guess. If you
Right? If you
he didn't bring up the ball. He didn't sit there, control the ball.
I did not say they were a replica. I did not say replica. I did not say duplicate. I did not say replica.
What he just said?
I said similar.
What did he just say?
I said similar.
He said no. Listen, he just said dominate the paint.
Yes,
And that's what Giannis does. Dominate the paint.
Does he not?
They don't do the exact same thing.
But do they dominate the paint? Yes or no? Yes or no?
They both score in the paint.
Do they dominate the paint? Do they dominate the paint? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Giannis is 98% of his points is in the paint.
Okay.
He shoots like 60% from the field. Where do you think that's happening? From the elbow?
So they both score in the paint. What do you do? Now they're similar. This guy's crazy.
Yo,
America, this guy's crazy.
no, that's not what he said. He said dominate. Do they dominate the paint? Yes or no? A bunch of players can score in the paint. Not everybody can dominate in the paint.
What does dominate to you? Just score mostly in the paint?
Averaging 30. Averaging 30. 30.
Giannis is a 3 or 2.
30. 30.
All right. I say Giannis have the ball. I say Giannis have the ball there.
Middleton shoots he shoots middies, threes,
and shows up in the fourth quarter. He's a closer. The closer. What was Kobe on the Lakers? You said this, not me.
That's crazy. Go ahead. That's all right. Tomato, I guess.
You said Kobe was on the same level with Shaq.
That's crazy. Yeah. So Middleton's on the same level. I'm asking you.
You said.
I'm asking you. Do you think Middleton's on the same level as Giannis? No. Okay.
I wouldn't give Middleton a max contract.
But you'll give Kobe one. And you give Shaq one.
I said similar, not duplicate. There's two different words.
They ask you where you get the shirt from, so they think that shirt is similar to this other shirt you wear.
So that's dumb funny. No, this is one of my coaching job shirts.
But I'm just saying they think it's similar, but it's not the same shirt. Exactly.
You get it?
I said they both score in the paint. Okay, sure. I said they both score in the paint. All right. They both score 30 in the paint.
Oh shit! Let's transition to the next topic.
This guy's crazy.
All right, so
listen, I'm tired of winning. Man.
So we going off to. We're not talking about Eastern and Western Conference. We're gonna go on Ben Simmons. Is Ben Simmons doing the right move, skipping the Olympics to develop his skills? Start with JT since earlier.
I would say absolutely. He needs to. Like that. Like him not having a jump shot is literally the reason why the Sixers can't get over the hump. If Ben Simmons gets a jump shot, if Ben Simmons can at least shoot 65% from the free throw line, be able to hit a shot, Philly would be they're already one of the best teams in the league, but Philly would probably be arguably the best team in the Eastern Conference, in my opinion. Arguably. But without Ben Simmons being able to shoot, it's like you're playing 4-on-5 on offense when it matters most. Like we saw what happened in the big moment when he shot away from dunking a wide open dunk because he didn't want to get fouled. Like that's unacceptable as an NBA star, as Ben Simmons is. You have the floor.
Let me ask you this question.
No, answer the question. Answer the question, and then we'll get to that.
I answer the question, and then you get to
no, it's part of my answer.
Okay.
Prior to this season, do you think Ben Simmons is working on his shot?
No.
So you think time he came in the league up until now, he wasn't working on his shot at all?
At all?
Yes.
I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure we see videos over the summer him shooting threes and working on his shot, all this other shit in training past years, right? So why would you not go to the Olympics in a regular game playing against other players to work on your shot? You think him going back to Philly and practicing in the gym, keep shooting is going to help him? No, it's only going to happen if you start shooting him and getting that confidence in the game to do it. So why would you just go home, no one there, playing pick up ball with accountants and all these other people, and you just fucking shooting at the YMCA? Oh, I'm working on my shot. No, you need to go on a real stage in the Olympics, go with the other teammates, other players from the USA, and go work on your shot in the game. I don't understand what's so hard about that. Why would I go sit in the gym for hours and hours shooting a shot that I'm not going to shoot in a real game? Wouldn't that be more real life experience? Do you not think that?
Being in the gym shooting for hours is not going to be shots that you're shooting
for him. No, we're talking about specifically Ben Simmons.
For any player.
No. We're not talking about any. We're talking about Ben Simmons. Simmons. His confidence doesn't allow him to shoot the ball. So don't you think him playing in actual games in the Olympics can help build his confidence, playing with other players, also work on your game during practice to actually go in a real game, to actually start shooting shots to gain that confidence experience?
What?
You would not do that.
Ask me a question.
Go ahead.
What the hell in your right mind makes you think that people are going to give Ben Simmons the ball to shoot on Team USA?
But he'll play for the Australia.
Australia?
So he'll be the star.
So he'll be the star. So Ben Simmons led Australia team. You want him to practice his shot playing for Team Australia?
Yes. Why not? Why not? Because the only time you're gonna get better, gain your confidence, is doing it in the real game. That doesn't mean it's
gonna make your shot better just shooting in a basketball game. You have to work on the mechanics.
Right.
The mechanics.
Do they not have practice?
That's not enough.
That's not enough practice?
No.
So you'd rather him skip it,
yes,
practice it, and then not shoot it in the game when the season comes?
I'd rather him go back to Philly, lock yourself in the gym for
He's been doing that, Jay. That's what I'm trying
No,
to
he
say.
has not. You see one Instagram video and now he's been working on the shot? No. That's not true.
So why now? Why work on the shot now?
Because it's been exposed.
He's been exposed. He's been having stage for 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. And he hasn't been improving. So now what you need to do is lock yourself in the gym for 10 hours a day and work on your craft. You need to get the mechanics. You need to get the fundamentals. He does not have that.
I'm pretty sure
keep babying him. This is what the reports in Philly are saying. They are babying him and not making him get better, not pushing him to get better. Nobody's pushing him to do that. They're treating him like the superstar that he is. Rightfully so. He is a superstar. But because he's a superstar, they're letting him do whatever he wants to do. No, he needs to get next to a vet, stay your ass in the gym, and work on your craft.
Now,
he's not doing it.
People that's babying him, maybe his team around him, because to be honest, if you look at the Markel's Fultz situation, they tried everything to help fix his shot, send him to psychologists, work with different trainers and everything like that.
But
so
he was also injured.
Sure, but my point is, I'm pretty sure Philly, before even Doc Rivers got there, Brett Brown was getting people to help him work on his shot. So my thing is that you're going to do the same thing again this summer, but they're not shooting a game. Like, why not take them shots in a real game? Because maybe he can shoot. Maybe just a confidence thing.
All right, he needs to get that. I think it's bigger than his fundamentals.
It's a mental thing.
I think it's a mental thing, personally. But it's a combination of both. I think it's more mental than it is physical. But he needs to see a therapist.
Yes,
in my opinion.
Sports psychology. Yes,
get that together on the mental side of it. The same thing with Paul George. He had his mental situation during the COVID and all of that. He went to go get therapy. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, I think he also needs a lot of time on learning the fundamentals. He spent years of just not even shooting the basketball. Like even with Markel Fultz, at this point in time, Markel Fultz has a better jump shot than Ben Simmons. That should not be the case. That just comes from effort. As part of what you're saying, taking the shots in the game. That I agree with. Okay. But I think first, you need to just lock in for 10 hours a day in the gym to learn and master the fundamentals.
I think Rondo made a good point because, Rondo can't really shoot the ball. So he was talking to Matt Barnes and he was like, if the guy next to me is going 3 for 15, I'm taking these shots too. And that came with confidence. So I think it's mainly confidence. I don't think it's that he can't shoot it. He just doesn't shoot the ball. And I don't think the Olympics help him because the basketball is different. The 3-point line is different. The coaches in Australia, he's not playing with Team USA. So Australia, you don't know what coaches is over there. So
and the competition's trash. It's the Olympics, bro. You're playing
but then
Spain.
You got one good point where you use like confidence in game shooting.
Right.
But it's like
that can help you over too much. You got nothing to do but play basketball.
He needs to just look for the best shooting coach out there, even no matter where it is. I don't got to be Philly and just work with him.
Yeah.
Like lethal shooter.
You just definitely talk to somebody because
he's one of the best shooting coaches.
Like I said, 10 hours a day. You put 10 hours a day in the gym, I guarantee you'll be more confident and you'll be willing to shoot those shots in the game.
How did you get a better jump shot?
How do you think?
How did you get a better jump shot?
We'll get to that first.
No, I'm asking a question.
I got you.
It came with you in the gym shooting around. It didn't come in game.
No, it did come in game because I started shooting more with confidence.
Why were you shooting with confidence?
Because it came from shooting around and working out.
So at some point, you got to think about, I got to shoot the ball. No, I understand that, but it helped me in game because in my mind, I'm okay. I come to shoot. They give me the ball. Fuck it, I'm gonna shoot. Make a miss. It's more a confidence mental thing than versus he can't just shoot thing.
But you
always shoot. It's just more just a confidence thing.
But you wouldn't have been taking those shots had you not put in the work in practice.
Of course, yeah. I'm not saying don't put in the work at all, but I'm saying it's in a game he has to learn how to just shoot the ball and to see if it goes in or not. Just shoot it. Just shoot it. That's all I'm asking to shoot it. Make a miss. So make a miss lead, right?
It is.
That's all we ask.
You know who said that first? Doc Rivers. Champion.
Your man.
That's his man.
All right, this is we about to go left. All right, so let's get on the Scottie Pippen topic. Scottie Pippen calls Jordan. He says Jordan is selfish and Phil Jackson is racist. Let's start off with Jordan. Is Jordan selfish for leaving to go play baseball?
I mean, I feel like all great players are kind of selfish in a way, and I say this because, like I play, I will do whatever I take to win, whatever I take to win to help pull this team. In a way, that's selfish. Tom Brady, whatever I can do, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, whatever I can do to help my team win, I'm going to put the team on my back. In a way, that's kind of selfish. So when you that elite player, you got to be kind of selfish. But to be honest, when you're a B compared to the A player, yo, you always gonna get the little short end of the stick. It happens. Like, it happens. Like, it was the Magic Lakers, right? But Kareem, wasn't he the best player? Right? Did he average most points? But it was the Magic Lakers, right? Like, I'm just saying, like, we playing with a number one. I mean, you better take that. And I feel like him just not accepting that role, also him not going into the game. We'll get to that. We'll go to that. Get to that part.
Oh,
Go ahead.
You done? Let me wipe the crust out of my eye. One, you didn't answer the question. The man asked you a yes or no question. You wanted a whole diatribe, soliloquy, monologue.
So he said Jordan was selfish.
Yeah.
So say that.
I said that. What did you not say? He just said that.
You said something
He just
like
no,
that.
I did. You were trying to be
You
sleep.
did not say that.
I did say that. Sorry, you're supposed to say it back.
You
It's
can.
okay.
But like,
alright.
so to answer your question, yes, Jordan was selfish.
I said that.
You left your team hanging, but I do have empathy for that because I think initially, as according to the documentary, it was because his dad was murdered.
And it says because of gambling too.
It was a
multitude of things.
Yeah,
so you know, I have empathy and sympathy for that. If that was one of the reasons why he left, so I can understand that. So from that aspect, I'm not going to say he's selfish for leaving to greed, but now understanding that you had the opportunity to apparently win 8 straight championships, and you know that your team needed you, you did leave them high and dry. So in a way, that is some form of being selfish because you put yourself before your team. As a leader, you're always preaching to your team, make sacrifice.
By the way, he said LeBron was selfish, Kobe was selfish. Who else was so selfish?
Magic. Like all these, like when you start, you gotta be selfish. Like
he said they was all selfish players.
Yeah, to be on that elite Tom Brady, like when you that elite play, that elite level, like bro, you gotta be a little selfish. Like, yo, whatever I can do to help my team win because I'm the best player, then that's what I gotta do.
How's that selfish?
Because you're saying the word I, not we. Now, well, we gotta do this. We gotta do this to help our team win. Versus, yo, if I'm the best player, I gotta do whatever I take to help this team win. That's a little selfish.
That's not selfish.
How?
You're doing what you need to do for the team. That's not selfish.
Whatever you can do, not what we can do. It's a difference. It's a difference.
No, there's no difference.
How? And we're saying whatever I can do, whatever anybody else do, I have to do whatever I have to do to help this team win, regardless of what everybody else does. So, like, that's a little selfish.
That's like saying, in order for Kevin Durant and them to have won, Kevin Durant needed to do X, Y, and Z. Therefore, he's selfish for having that type of mindset. So by what you're saying, Kevin Durant should never win for 50.
I didn't say that. I didn't say it's a bad thing to be selfish when you're the top player. I didn't say it's a bad thing.
But I don't understand how that's selfish when you're doing what you need to do for the team. Everybody has to fill a role.
What did that have to do with Jordan leaving for baseball?
That's what I'm saying. That's different.
But I'm saying, how is that selfish? You just
because
saying,
you left your team.
What is the reason? Like, you make he just left and see, well, fuck you guys, we won, I'm leaving. Like, no.
Yes, that's what he did.
But you literally just said, yo, his father died. It was gambling stuff. Like, he had to leave for a year or two. Like, this is what's reported. So you saying you should have empathy for that, but you're going to turn around and tell him selfish? Like, pick one.
Because you put yourself before the team. That's selfish.
How is that putting? No. I understand that. But if the reason I have to leave is because of personal reasons that is out of my control, then it's like, I had to take a step down, like something I had to do. Well, the team's still not good. Don't you say, yo, they still won 55 games without Jordan there, right? When they still a top elite team,
like you say, right?
Why not?
Because Jordan wasn't there.
But you had Pippen, who was the man, right? He was the man.
Jordan wasn't there.
But Pippen was there, right?
Was Pippen the best player
at that time when Jordan left?
Was Pippen the best player when Jordan was on the team?
No.
All right then.
But he's the second best player.
Was he the best player?
But if Jordan's not there, then that means he's the best player.
Was he the best player?
Obviously, when he's not there, then Pippen is the best player.
Right, but the team was not better because who wasn't there?
So it's Scotty's fault. The Scotty's fault. What you saying?
How do you come to these random ass?
It's Scotty's fault.
Like,
so Jordan fault because he left, right? And Jordan fault. The reason he went because Jordan left, right?
So so you basically saying Jordan was selfish for leaving for baseball. Yes or no?
I feel like the reason why he left wasn't selfish. It wasn't a selfish reason.
But why?
Was the act itself selfish? Yes or no?
I said no. What are you not talking about?
No, you said the reason.
Because the reason why he left.
Because you said.
But I don't say
say you broke his dad up for passing. Isaiah Thomas' sister passed. He played a field game like the next night.
That's different. Everybody's different. Everybody handles things differently. Like I don't understand.
So like
he played after. So he played after. I mean, Jordan supposed to play.
No. I'm not saying after, but he took a whole season off. And left
but it wasn't just because of that. It was like gambling stuff. Like they say he had it. Like look at the reports, bro.
So it was about him. Selfish.
It was other reasons besides that.
But it was selfish.
All right, let me try to help.
There's nothing to help me about. You want me to say he's selfish because he had to take.
You trying to say he's not wrong? He's selfish, but he's not wrong. That's what you say.
He's not wrong. Well,
But
like,
he's
whatever his
selfish.
reason is, that's his reason. Like, why should I
Right?
judge him
That's
because
what I'm saying.
his reason is taking
You said
over?
I for all the other players.
Yes.
Jordan said
But from-
and now he's not selfish.
No. He didn't take all because he said, well, I wanted to leave. The league kicked him out.
What, the league kicked him out? What?
We did not get. We not to say gambling.
What?
We not to say
The
gambling.
league kicked him
We
out?
not to say gambling.
Oh,
Quick,
the
Google
league
it.
kicked him out? The league said, Jordan, you can't come back? That's what they said?
Google it.
Is that
Oh
what they
my
said?
God.
No, put it on wax.
Do your Google.
Did the league say, Jordan, you cannot come back next year?
Yo.
Did they say that? Yes or no?
America.
Yes
when
or
you
no?
Do your Google.
Yes or no?
You'll find out there's
Yes or no?
gambling behind it. And Jordan basically had to sit out for a year and a half. So what else he had to do? He was going to play baseball, and he came back. Like, yo, just go do your Googles. It's okay. You don't got time to do all this extra
You
stuff.
said
It's okay.
the league told
Can we
Michael Jeffrey Jordan that
finish?
he cannot come back?
Can we finish?
We can transition.
Who's the next?
I want him to
question?
live with that statement.
Next question.
I want him to live with that statement.
He might
We're
be-
going to revisit that a few times.
Okay, we can.
Jordan
We
was
got it.
kicked out of the NBA.
Buddy, appreciate that sub.
Kicked out?
Yeah, that was
Ooh.
fun.
Okay.
Ooh.
So he wasn't selfish. You say he
Ooh.
was. Okay.
I'm saying he did a selfish act, but I understand the reasoning. I have empathy for the reasoning, and I understand that. And there's no problem with
Yeah,
that.
the same thing he's saying. But
And
he's
that's what I'm
saying
saying.
no.
I said there's no. I never said it was a problem.
But you're not saying he's selfish.
That's what we asked you.
I think
You
the
literally
reason-
said Jordan, Magic,
I said the reason why he wasn't selfish. That's all.
Stay
It's okay.
off the weed.
How come when we have a different opinion about things? I gotta stay off the weed, but y'all don't.
No, it's about intellectual consistency. You literally
That's crazy.
said, if
I
a
said
player
yeah.
says
That's two different things, though. That's
it's
two
not
different
two
things.
different
You're
things.
talking about he's talking about what Scottie Pippen said about him being selfish and him going to play baseball.
Buddy, we took the topic was Scottie Pippen said Jordan was selfish for leaving for baseball. That's the topic. We got
And then you said all players to some degree, star players to the degree are selfish because I have to do this for the team.
It's a little
I have to
selfish.
do
I think
this.
that's a little selfish. Am I
And
wrong
then,
for that? Oh, am I wrong for that?
no.
All right. That's
So
what
now
I said.
what I'm saying is be consistent.
But no,
You
that's two
said-
different things, though, Jay. Listen, that part is different from the reason why he left to go play baseball. That's two different things. That's two different arguments we're talking about.
No,
I'll talk,
because now you're making a whole new reason as to why he left. You say he got kicked out of the NBA.
Oh my god.
What?
Scottie said he was selfish for leaving for baseball.
Okay.
The question was he selfish for leaving baseball? You said no, but you given the reason that he was selfish. But you understood the reason. He understands the reason. Y'all both
You
understand the
don't
reason.
understand the reason. So what are you
So
talking
what's-
about? All right.
So how do we get to a
move
different
on.
conclusion? That's the confusing.
There's nothing
part.
conclusive about. What are we talking about?
Next question.
Somebody saying no way Jordan was selfish because he left. He left his team for dry, I guess.
He left for
They didn't
personal
win.
reasons.
They didn't win. How long? He was on for like 2 years too, right?
Yeah, and a half.
Year and a half. He came back and got ripped by Penny.
Oh,
Half
okay.
court, and he lost. Yeah.
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 Then the next year they swap him, right?
They burned those tapes.
Yeah, they
It's okay. Ain't burn no tapes. Ain't talking what happened next year though.
Was Phil Jackson racist? Was Phil Jackson a racist? Scottie Pippen.
I think we need to get more conclusive evidence on that. I think you don't throw around the racist term in 2021 unless you got conclusive evidence. So I'm not going to say Phil Jackson was a racist. I think that's unfair to say until the evidence is out there to prove that Phil Jackson.
Now, did he say that because he was salty about Hito taking the last shot? Turkoglu, whoever it was, Kukoc taking the last shot. He didn't want to come in the game. Is that why you called him a racist? Like I don't know the reason why.
I don't think
he was really salty and mad about that because he basically he said, "Yo, my team now. I'm the man." And he's basically saying like, "Yo, why he don't drove the play for me?" But my thing is like, if you look in that game, right? You watch the game that full quarter. They drove the play from 2 times to take the shot. He missed both of them. And what's his name?
Kukoc hit the shot.
Yeah, Kukoc hit the shot. And he hit the shot before in that same season. Hit a few shots, walk-off shots. So it's like, why you be so like? It's one thing to be mad about not beating the player to take the last shot, but for you to not even be in the game. And Bill Cartwright beg you to come into the game, like, come on, bro. And this is playoffs, like, come on, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I
right
think
there.
that was a terrible move by Scottie Pippen. That was a selfish move by Scottie Pippen, by your definition.
No, not by yours. That wasn't.
I didn't give it.
selfish.
I worked off your definition.
Was that selfish for you? You think that was selfish? You think that was selfish? I'm asking you questions.
Did you not just hear what I just said?
Right, no, but you said by my definition. But I'm saying, don't take my definition. Do you think that's selfish?
Yes, by the definition of selfish in the Webster Dictionary,
Okay.
it was selfish.
All right.
So now, with that being said, I feel like Scottie Pippen was wrong for that. It was selfish, and I don't think that is the reason as to why he said Phil Jackson is racist.
Okay.
I think that in his book, you're going to see
Exactly.
the quotes, the stories, whether I don't know if they're true or not. I'm going to be looking to see who in the Bulls camp is going to agree with these stories. Who's going to come out and say, I remember when Phil Jackson. When I hear that and see that, I'm like, okay, there may be some truth there. But if it's just Scotty saying that he was racist and nobody else is going to say that, he's coached hundreds of players, I can't believe that he's a racist. I think that's unfair.
Yeah, that's crazy because to be honest, it's like no one said anything up till now at all. Like no players ever came out like, oh, he's a racist. But now that maybe to promote his book to say that just to get some headlines, whatever, I don't know what the case may be. Also, you think we look at it different if Tony Kukoc misses a shot?
Nah.
Okay.
I think the shot didn't matter. I think it mattered.
No, I think it mattered because he called it off for him to take the shot. And he made it, so it makes Scotty look even worse. Because like, damn, you didn't want to.
You didn't believe me in teammate,
right? You didn't believe your teammate. Yeah,
you didn't believe in teammate, right. And I think yes, being that he made the shot makes it better in my opinion because it made Scotty look more like the fool. Like if it's a team game and the coach is calling it because he sees something different that you don't see as a player. And you respect that coach, you got to respect that decision.
Yeah, you know how saucy you got to be to not come to the game like, fuck that shit, man. You probably value my thing. I hope he missed that shot. Then he makes it.
He didn't even celebrate with his team.
Huh?
He didn't even celebrate with his team.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Some salty shit.
That's not leadership. That's not leadership at all. But it's like now, if Jordan's in the game, do you give the ball to Jordan instead of Kukoc? Like,
yes.
Why?
Because we see Jordan make that shot time and time again.
You see,
and he's a closer. Scottie Pippen's not a closer. You don't look to give him the ball at the end of the games. Jordan's the closer. Okay. Curry was a closer. He hit shots. Other guys are closer.
Phil Jackson have said a racial remark before about how to play his dress.
Yeah,
but look, you got to put it in context. He's like 75 years old. He's from a different time.
He said about posse, right? Something like that.
Yeah. He called like LeBron and them a posse. Like, come on, bro. All that sensitive stuff, man. Come on.
So we got to really wait for the book to come out. Maybe we can break it down.
Wait for the book. Wait for the evidence. That's what I like. I don't like. We just had this discussion about the tweets. Like context. Context matters. Like he could have said something that could sound racist if you just read the statement. You got to put everything in context. The time period. What was going on? What was the climate? Did Scotty say something to invoke it? Like we don't know what happened. So until that comes out, I'm staying off that situation. I'm not calling Phil Jackson anything but an 11-time champion.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah, he got some crazy quotes, but like you said, it's context.
Context matters,
man.
Context matters. We got to bring that back, man. We got to bring back investigative reporting. Yeah, I think we definitely lost that because of social media.
I think that book is going to expose people, but we just need somebody. We need other people to back it up.
That's the thing. So now, if people don't back it up, the book is going to be portrayed in the media.
Even if it's true.
Even if it's true, the book is going to be portrayed as Scotty is crazy. Scotty's on crack. Scotty's on drugs. Scotty's drinking. Literally on
looking crazy.
Yeah, like literally on First Take, they said today, every time I see Scottie Pippen on TV, he has a shot of bourbon next to him.
He lit.
So like, that's his.
But this is what I'm saying. That's his. But they're
but he don't drink it on like while he's watching. He just has it.
Yeah, that's promotion.
But they portrayed it as if he's drinking this. And now this is why he's making these statements. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, that's not fair.
That's not fair. Don't paint him as
because it's not like he's literally sitting there drinking it while he's talking.
Come on, like
he's just promoting his bourbon. Like
you should.
That's what you're supposed to do. You see the shirt? The shirt?
See the hat?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. About time.
Where's your merch? It's in my house.
See?
Allegedly.
Put it on when I get home.
No. This is your body, your choice. Your body, your choice. I don't judge. You're not on trial.
Yeah.
Transition. So we're gonna play a little game.
Okay.
Deal or no deal. Like this. So you're gonna say if you would deal the player or you won't deal them, and explain why. We're gonna do one team a week. Today's team is your team, New York Knicks. So you're gonna be a GM, Ernie. You're gonna say who you want to deal, who you're not gonna deal. And JC's gonna do the same.
Are you gonna give me a list of players? Or just
I'm going down
players.
Yeah.
Not every single player.
Not every player. Just like the most important.
Okay.
Julius Randle.
No deal.
No deal. Julius Randle.
Oh, we going back and forth.
Yeah.
He's out of here.
You trade him?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because this is the highest his trade value is ever going to be. So if you're going to trade him, you got to trade him now. Because if you wait or if you lock him into a long-term deal and he's the Julius Randle that we see in the playoff and everybody's playing seriously and he can't beat a 6'1" Trae Young, it might be, a waste of resources.
You got a rebuttal for that? Why aren't you trading him?
He brought us to the 4C this year. I think he definitely. You good? I think we definitely keep him. I definitely can help. He could definitely be a number 3 option on our team. I mean, possibly number 2. Definitely not number 1. You know what I mean? I think he's definitely shows a lot of toughness. It's something we need for New York. We need a player like him, and yeah, I'm keeping him.
Can I respond to that real quick?
Yeah.
And just because you got killed by Trae Young, don't be shameful. So did the Sixers, but it's okay. Maybe the Bucks too.
You said
we'll see. Go ahead.
You said that he could be a number 3 option. If you're Julius Randle, why would you accept 3rd option money?
No.
Just led the Knicks to a
I didn't say pay him as the 3rd option, but I'm saying as far as we get 2 other players, you know what I mean? But you be a 3rd option, or possibly after that. Also, I did say possibly 2, but possibly 2nd option. You pay him with the right person. So,
but why would you pay him max money and have him as a 3rd option? That's what I don't understand.
we don't have to pay him max. But I'm saying if you want him as if you're the New York Knicks, right? If I'm the Knicks, I'm gonna pay him as a 2nd option, and it's fine. You have to get the money to somebody.
But he's gonna want the max. So do you give him the max if that's what he demands?
I'm not getting the max. But I can negotiate the contract as far as how much he's getting and work out the years. I mean,
Give him the max.
I give him a 3-year deal.
The max?
It's not like he's getting a super max. And the max was what? The max ain't the same how it
So
used
you
to
give
be.
him like 4 years, 120.
That's not bad.
It's terrible.
4 years, 120?
It's $30 million a year for Julius Randle.
Who else you gonna give that money to?
You said if he's a 3rd option,
And then
you
we could do it with 3
years.
years, 3 years, right? And 1 year's an option. It's okay. We could do
So
that.
name 2 other players you could get to New York.
I don't know. We don't have time to go through that right now. I got to see free agency, trade, and stuff like that. I can't just sit there and just go through.
That's
You know what I
fair.
mean?
It's Reggie Bullock.
Do I go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Deal him.
I keep him.
Keep him. Why are you dealing?
He's a Knick.
He's gonna deal everybody on the Knicks.
Why you dealing?
No,
I mean,
I'm
why you
keeping
keeping
him.
him?
I'm keeping him. Definitely a solid asset. You can have him off the bench. Nowadays you see you need 3-and-D players. You know what I mean? Especially in your team, especially your rotation pieces. So I think he's definitely a good rotation player. Somebody gets injured, he can start. Not bad. Played a good season this year. Why not keep him?
You said just because he's in there.
Okay. I
That's what I
mean,
hate.
all right, let me be an analyst now. The reason why I would deal Reggie Bullock is because I feel like you can probably find him for cheaper. You can probably get like a 3-and-D guy. You can get vet minimums for that. Like if you're gonna really like,
Who's the vet minimums you really get nowadays?
you can get. You want to get Iman Shumpert to come back, 3-and-D guy. You can get an Iguodala probably off of vet minimum. I don't know if his contract is up this year. There's plenty of vets that you can get if you just want a 3-and-D guy. Like
Well, I need
At
a
this-
vet if I got a young person.
because a young
Who do the
3-and-D
exact same
guy is
thing.
really doing what for the New York Knicks? Like y'all not in the position to where you're gonna compete for a championship.
So who should we get then? We should just get nobody, according to you. Who should they get nobody? This is crazy. We should just blow the whole team, blow the franchise, just leave the Brooklyn Nets, and that's it, right? Blow the whole franchise. That's because it's crazy. It seems like we shouldn't keep nobody at all.
is-
Who we gonna trade for? Everybody we trade for, you go, he's trash. He's a New York Knicks. Like, I don't see no positive way in your line of thinking.
That's probably the- Huh?
Loud buzz noise.
Buzz noise.
Yeah.
See what happens when we talk about the Knicks?
A lot of hate.
What's happening?
A lot of hate. Like, I don't see no positive way to get a lot of thinking.
That's probably the. Buzz noise.
We should.
That's fine. We almost done.
Be good. We almost done.
Let's just skim through it. Frank Ntilikina. Deal.
I keep him. I keep Frank. You keep Frank because he knows how to play New York Knicks basketball. They put him in the biggest moment, and he did what a regular New York Knick does. They fold.
A lot of hate, man.
It's not hate. It's truth. It's
You
consistency.
want to keep him, but
Yeah, we
you want
almost
to
done.
deal Julius Randle and Reggie Bullock.
You can keep Frank Nicolina. You can get him for a very, very cheap price.
We don't want him. We good.
And that's fine. But you can keep him for a very, very cheap price. And it'll help free up cap space.
We don't need
Which
him.
is
We can
what the
just get
Knicks
rid of
do.
him. Don't have cap
You
space.
don't need to get rid of him. You get him for a cheap deal. He could be a
No, we don't.
2-and-D.
It's
He
fine.
could
We'll,
be a 2-and-D
we'll take
guy.
cash. We'll take cash from him. Credit cards, Venmo, Cash App.
Why?
Zelle.
Why?
We don't need him.
Why? Why not?
We don't need him.
Why not?
For what?
Alfred Payton.
Go first.
You got to deal with him. He didn't show up when it mattered most. In the playoffs, when they really needed him, he was supposed to be the one to step up and at least do something about trading. He's the vet. He's the one that's supposed to rally the troops together. He's supposed to get RJ Barrett on his game. Like, look, you the young boy. You stop trading. You got to do something. I didn't see anything productive about Alfred Payton in the playoffs. And that was alarming to me because Alfred Payton is a good all-around talent. So if it was up to me, he got to go.
Yeah, he's going. He's out there. Everything JC said is accurate. It's spot on. He's out there. Get him out of there.
Got to go.
RJ Barrett.
Keep. Young. Improving. I know his knock on him when he came into the league was his jump shots. Jump shots definitely improved. He hustles, you know what I mean? And we need players like him on the soul of the team, you know what I mean, to help us turn this thing around, man. I think he's definitely a young stock is definitely rising, man. I think his stock is definitely rising, and we should keep him.
You got to keep RJ Barrett. He's like probably the only glimpse of hope for the New York Knicks.
Huh?
Oh, it's about to go? Yeah. Right there. RJ Barrett.
So yeah, RJ Barrett. You got to keep RJ Barrett because he's the only glimpse of hope for the New York Knicks. He's the only sign of light. You gotta keep him. I mean, he is going to be the bargaining chip for you to get Zion Williamson. So you're really keeping him for the big play, and that's why I would keep him. And I mean, like Ross said, he is an up-and-coming talent. He has been improving. He's been working on his game. I do like what I see from RJ Barrett. I was very skeptical of him coming out of college. I can admit that, but from what I've seen of him, he has been stepping it up and doing what he needs to do, so I do give him his credit for that.
Kevin Knox. Dealing with it.
Kevin Knox.
Deal. I'm dealing with him. I think he hasn't shown me nothing over the last 2 years to make me want to keep him. So I'm dealing with him.
I think you keep him because I feel like the potential for growth is still there. Like, I don't think we've seen the ceiling of Kevin Knox. And honestly, I don't really think the Knicks have really given him that much opportunity to shine. I think he should get some more minutes of the season. I think he should get some glimpses in the starting lineup to kind of see if he can handle 30, 32 minutes a game. Well, not even that much. 24, 28 minutes a game, just to see if he can do it, see how he does. But if you don't give him the minutes, then we don't know if he's improving.
But I think we was giving him minutes the first 2 years.
But he was hurt, though. This past year.
He was hurt, but
that's what I'm saying. Like, he hasn't gotten the opportunity. Like, you see how, like, RJ Barrett got the opportunity to fail. He got the opportunity to succeed at the same time. Kevin Knox never really got that chance. So I think until he does, I would keep him until we see, like, okay, he's not going to get any better from here. But until then, I think he deserves a shot. You spent a high draft pick on him.
A lot of people.
Obi Toppin.
I'm keeping him. I think he definitely, even in the playoffs, I was skeptical. I was really skeptical about him. I didn't like his game. But during the playoffs, he played limited minutes. For the time he was there, he was productive. He showed me he wanted the spotlight. Showed he played with some confidence. Hit a few shots, got a few boards, got a couple alley-oop dunks. So I think he's a homegrown kid. So I think definitely keeping him. Let him work with Julius Randle, getting that toughness in him, working on improving his game. And I think he's definitely a good asset. If not, bargaining chip for the future. So I think we definitely keep him.
I think you got to deal him. I think with
He's
him,
young.
he's young. He has,
He's got him.
and that's fine. But he has, if you have the opportunity to get a superstar and he's one of those bargaining chips, you deal him.
No, I agree with that, but I'll keep him before I keep Kevin Knox. Because I think he's way more valuable.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
That's
Than
fair.
Kevin Knox.
That's
So
fair. But I don't know if Obi Toppin has a very high ceiling though. Like, I could see him as, like, in his peak, like a 16-10 type of player.
he's solid.
But that's excellent. But for right now, if you're the Knicks and you're trying to build off of the momentum and get better, I see Obi Toppin as being a bargaining chip for a bigger player. So that's why I say deal him, because if you want to get a bigger player, he's gonna be in that trade bag.
You're right. Also, too, though, I think him coming off the bench is definitely helping his growth because he gets to sit behind Julius Randle, sit behind players in his position who's actually doing the thing and kind of slowly grow instead of throw him out into the fire like he did a lot of players, expected him to be, like you said, 16-10. So I think as we've seen second and third year, especially if Julius Randle get hurt, then he just thrust right in there. You know what I mean? So I think him being that backup is definitely And then who knows? I mean, maybe he wait. Make his way
Be
to
careful. Be careful. Be careful with the words that's about to come out of your mouth. Be
Right.
careful.
Right.
Be careful.
No, okay, I say maybe he can make his way to be a starting player in this league.
Who's that?
Obi Toppin.
Oh, he sucks. He averaged 2 points in the clear.
He played limited minutes.
Oh, snap.
You know what's crazy?
Played limited minutes.
Players that like get drafted by the Knicks is never good on the Knicks, but when they leave,
That's what I'm saying. He could be a 16. Like if I'm watching the Knicks and I'm about to give up Damian Lillard, that's what the
I'm
players I
trading.
want.
Yeah, I'm trading.
Yeah, for sure.
Anybody. For the credit card, cash.app.
Damn, see, that's bad.
Mitchell Robinson.
He-
I like it.
I thought like he's depth, young, energy, block shots. Shame that he got hurt. We could have definitely used him in this Atlanta series to block Trae Young, but you know,
And
that's
young.
neither here nor there.
And he's cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, on the boards.
You gotta keep him. And you gotta keep him because a lot of you Knicks fans think that if Mitch Robinson was there, he would have been a different man.
So you
I
wanna
don't
see
know
it?
that.
You want to see it for yourself?
I want to see what he would do in the spotlight in the play. I want to see if he can get a game-winning block shot. I want to see if he can hit a big free throws in the fourth quarter. I want to see if he's
He can
really
hold his
working.
own, man. He can hold his own, man.
I'm not saying he can't. I just want to see if now that the Knicks are making the playoffs and competing for things
Yeah.
other than a lottery pick.
Maybe next year he make that jump that DeAndre Ayton's doing this year with the Suns. You know what I mean, we don't know. We don't know.
He doesn't have
You
a
always
Chris
gotta
Paul.
say
in New York.
potential.
He doesn't have a
Right.
Chris Paul.
Let's just see if he could be big in the big.
There's no Chris Paul.
It's
in
all
New York.
right. It's okay. It's early. It's potential.
Don't do
Are
that.
they gonna
Potential.
re-sign Nerlens Noel and Derrick Rose?
Yes.
You want them?
No, I think they're definitely resigning Derrick Rose. So he definitely.
They're only going to
resign.
resign. They're only going to re-sign Derrick Rose because Tom Thibodeau was there. Should he be re-signed? I think so because he fits the New York persona. He definitely balled out when it mattered most. He did more. He did more than what he should have been doing for someone of his age. He definitely exceeded expectations. So yes, they should. They are going to re-sign him, but I think it's going to be primarily because Tom Thibodeau loves him.
Also, too, I think regardless of the coaches there, I think, like you said, the way he played, he deserves to be re-signed. It's not like, oh, well, he did good for us, bye. He's like, yeah, like he deserves to come with the bench, and I mean, it's a solid 15 now a night.
I
Good.
think that he should not get any more than a 3-year deal.
That's fair.
Anything more than
That's
that,
cool.
I think they're
Yeah, they're gonna sign him long term.
They should do it 2 years. He got
1 year option, yeah. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Last question. When will the Knicks have one thing?
In my lifetime.
Yeah.
The Knicks will sell their franchise before they win another championship. They're never winning the championship. You
What
fans,
episode is this? Episode 3, 4?
4.
episode 4,
You remember
episode 4, the Knicks will never,
29th, 2021.
Yeah, we closed it.
never, ever.
Hey, all my New York Knicks fans out there, yeah, you know what time it is, baby. Yo, we out here. Listen. You know it's coming, man.
All New
After
York,
what happened this past year, man, listen, we're going to build off this. You know how we do, man. We're not the Cowboys. We're not them losing franchises. We're going to win, man. We're going to win.
you know the
Come on.
Knicks, you know the Dallas Cowboys have won
Yeah, they won in the 90s,
the
okay?
90s.
We won the
Y'all-
championship before, too, so we good.
No, but when
We're
did y'all
champions.
win? When did y'all win?
1973.
73?
Does that
Was
it
Malcolm
matters?
X still alive?
It matters. Like, it was not. Doesn't matter who was alive. Doesn't matter who was
That's
president.
tough.
Still the next one. Say that much.
1970. Who'd y'all play? That must have been a terrible
Doesn't
team.
matter who.
Who'd y'all-
won the chip.
Who'd y'all play?
We won the championship.
I know, but who'd y'all play? Like, I want to see that. Can we start looking up this Knicks playoff run when they won that chip,
Paul Frazier,
just to see
Nah,
who was
man.
their comp? I don't think they played
Yeah, they
anybody.
won a chip.
We don't got to do it now.
Earl to Pearl Monroe.
But
Yo,
one of
shout out
these-
to Earl
one-
Monroe. I mean,
Shout out to Earl Monroe, appreciate you.
that was-
But I feel like we got to look up that New York
We
Knicks.
gotta
run.
start exposing them.
Yeah, because I don't think
Should we do
I think Phil Jackson's on the team too. Hey, your man Phil was on that team.
Phil who?
Jackson, bro, that's part of his 11 that you named earlier. Remember?
Yo, we got
No,
to look up this playoff.
Phil
run. We
Jackson,
gotta
bro.
look- This
he
is
was a
this-
hippie back then.
I remember
Yeah.
the stories. I remember the
Crazy
stories.
Phil, boy, he was out there.
I just feel like that New York Knicks
Wild
run-
boy Phil, man. Go New York, go! Go New York, go New York, go! Go New York, go! Let's go, baby! We back in the playoffs next year. We good. Dave, we coming.
Yo, we close it
Coming
out,
for you,
y'all.
Dave.
W episode 4.
Yeah. Top 4 seed again, man.